All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Let's find Tiamiyu. Tiamiyu. Let's talk about Tiamiyu. So, who is Tiamiyu? This gentleman right here. Let me bring you up to speed because honestly, I haven't had a chance to go through it. Okay, haven't. Okay, I'm gonna check that really quickly. Let's see. Let's see. Not to I see your message. Let me just see here real quickly. Tiamiyu is a guy who was invited. He was invited by BBC to come and throw Nigerians that are traveling overseas under the bus, and he did a successful job. He did quite a successful job. I must applaud him. Okay. And man, this guy right here. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. Let me see here. He did a successful job throwing all of Nigerians and immigrants under the bus. He basically decided to tell on. So in recent times, UK has been accepting a lot of students on student visa along with their family into UK. I don't know the full details of that program, but basically he went on international TV. BBC is international TV. He went on international TV and basically threw all of Nigerians under the bus that were using the program. Now, to be fair, they were already banning that program before this went viral, so they probably were deciding against it already. The authorities of the UK Home Office, whatever they call them, their immigration office, the immigration institution. But this didn't sit well with Nigerians, and they came for him. You can see already, D-Love is already saying, Tiamiyu Mwali. Wahala. Anyway, so let me go ahead and see what we're talking about. I have to switch accounts here. Because so basically threw all of Nigerians under the bus, but he did the worst after that, and then he started to go on a Shalaye tour. Okay, Shalaye, I keep telling you, Shalaye is a bastard. Shalaye is a bastard. He know they work. Okay, so he decided to go on a Shalaye tour, and then he went on Daddy Freeze, and we're going to react to. He said a lot, and there's so many lessons in what he said, and and the about let me see. There's an update I'm seeing here from 1 day ago that Natu just sent to me. I'm not sure if that's the same thing. Let's see. Yeah. This update is from 1 day ago, so I'm not sure what's more recent. Okay, but he went on. It was confused at best. Okay, he wanted to apologize, but he didn't want to apologize. He was. I think it's safe to say that this guy was quite confused, and people like him, they often come off as confused. Because in the first place they were yanning dust at best. Okay, they didn't. Whatever they were talking about is not well rooted in reality. Okay, at best it's probably fantasy. Okay, because the reality of this world is that it operates off of power. Okay, all of the relationships is all power based. Okay, there's always power dynamics at play. It's just a matter of, are you choosing your partner on the same team to fight against the forces of evil, or you decide to face your partner. Okay, but there's always power dynamics at play. That's the reality of the world we live in. It's the survival of the fittest, particularly emotionally, because oftentimes we're living soft life. No one is going into the farm to go and kill a lion for food anymore, right? So a lot of the battles is at emotional and spiritual levels. Right, so a lot of people struggle with that. So they say, hey, well, you need a man, but you need a woman too. Okay, and now it's an active competition between two people that are supposed to be on the same team against the inevitable forces of evil that's going to fight them anyway. Because Togiri Obalanu, Alangba cannot enter. That's still the reality. But once there's an opening, there's more than enough forces of evil that will come inside and help you create your reality the way you designed it. And guess what you can blame for that? Self. Okay, so this thing that Natu just said to me says, I meant every word I said on BBC interview. Okay, Nigerian YouTuber, this is on Vanguard News, right? All right, we're gonna get to that. This is the update. So he was apologizing, but he didn't really mean his apology. Is basically confusion at best. Okay, this is what Natu sent to me. Okay, this is on Vanguard. But what I want to do first is oh, you guys didn't see that. This is Tiamiyu right here. This is the young man. Okay, he looks quite young. I'm looking at his face right now. It's it looks quite sparky, but it looks like maybe he's in his, I don't know, mid-20s. He's less than 30. But he just Japa himself. He just left Nigeria himself less than a year ago. So he literally didn't know much about what he's talking about, right? In many regards. Many regards. Just no experience, right? And but he probably knew a lot about what is written on paper. What is written on paper and the reality of things are always two different things. Okay, the life we live, this life that we're in right now. Let me make it clear to you. Okay, the world we live in, right? This experience we're having as humans, right? It's there is what is written on paper. You're right, to a large extent what is written on paper is written for a reason, okay? But it's usually written in there literally to manipulate the masses, literally. Okay, now you don't need to kick against it too far, because kicking against it outrightly and just saying it's just a matrix and all this, you will self-destruct too, because at the end of the day, the masses that you're trying to lead, that you're dealing with, they believe in those things that are written on paper. People like Tiamiyu, they believe wholeheartedly that it's all about what is written on paper. Let's just tell the truth, and it is what it is. The truth shall set you free. That's how they think, right? But there's always something else that you don't know. There is a blind spot everywhere, which is why, shout out to Auntie B, yesterday said, Ilenyo, Ramatele, it's a slippery slope everywhere you turn. Be careful. Before you run your mouth, make sure you are being strategic. Don't just run your mouth out of your feelings or out of emotions. Make sure you're paying attention to all the parties' emotions involved, the societal emotions involved. Pay attention to that. Don't go out and just be quick to throw people under the bus because on paper it looks to you that they're doing something wrong. You don't know what you don't know, you know. But hey, let me first of all do some quick shout out here. Shout out to you for the £20. Gracious greatness again. It says, I'll be considered an innate man. However, I don't like hearing this disdain that I'm hearing about this Tiamiyu character. Maybe I for rap grammar to the guy. Some of us disconnected from our roots have the deepest issues. I have to think deep about what you're saying. But anyway, you know what time it is. Wala. An innate man. Hey, wahalawa. Let me see. D-Law says, gives me a $5. Thank you so much for the £5. That's pounds, right? Yeah, pounds. Shout out to you for the £5. I appreciate that. You know what time it is, so wala. All right, so thank you so much for that. So I understand there's multiple angles to the story, right? There's multiple angles to it, and we should address the story. But there's a big old but. Idinla, right? When the masses are responding a certain type of way, right? At the very minimum, we have to pay attention to that, okay? Because there's let me see what I'm trying to say here. There's a reason, okay? The masses, when they face one direction, you probably should face the other direction. You're right about that, okay? But before you face the other direction, make sure you know what you're doing, okay? Because you know when they say the power belongs to the people, that one is true 100% of the time, but sometimes it takes time before it shows up, okay? If the people don't know their power, if they don't understand their power yet, it's only a matter of time. The key word is yet. You might be able to get away with certain things, right? But once they discover their power, the people at the end of the day, they are the market. The market is undefeated. The source of truth is market. You have to pay attention to not just how they are moving, but why they're moving the way they're moving. Okay? Very, very important to pay attention to that. Very, very important to pay attention to that. Maybe they are wrong. Maybe we should go this direction. But it's important to understand that a young man like that jumping on BBC to basically throw all of people traveling overseas for whatever reasons under the bus, right? Yeah, it can't be positive. It can't be positive, right? The best you can get out of that is the attention it's getting right now, you know. But there's a lot more lessons inside of because again, I don't like to speak for people. I like to see what they're saying and then address things from that standpoint, okay? That's how I like to do it, so it doesn't seem like I'm putting words in their mouth, okay? I don't want it to be like I'm putting words in their mouth. If I misinterpret what they say, at least want to hear what they say, right? And then we'll take it from there. So let's go to the video. Shout out to Daddy Freeze for the content. Let's go to the video. All right. Shout out to Daddy Freeze for the content. Let me give him his proper credit, because Daddy Freeze content is nobody's consistency in content is nobody's mate. All right. So let's dissect it line by line, shall we?
Our brothers, they see you as Judas.
Correct. I
Judas.
see the Judas comments. You know, I just uninstalled a couple of my apps because they were interfering with me trying to join you. When we finish this live, I will go install them back.
Yep.
All right. So I want to apologize to fellow Nigerians who may feel disturbed.
What did he say? I want to apologize. Let's start with that, right? Let's be fair to him. He wanted to apologize. He had good intentions, okay? When he jumped on this live, he had good intentions. He wanted to apologize, right? But what do we know about good intention oftentimes? What do we know? Anybody want to guess? What do we know about good intention oftentimes? Good intentions is not enough. I'm sorry. It's just not. I know it's supposed to be enough. It's supposed to be enough to just be a good person with good intentions. It's not. Okay? I don't know if that's the first time you're hearing that, but it's often not good enough. There's more to the story. I promise you. Let's continue.
And I don't know the other words. Would you say reported? Mr. Block said I reported to British authorities. That's not correct. Disturbed and feel disturbed and I don't know the other words. Would you say
wait
fellow Nigerians who may feel
fellow Nigerians, he wants to apologize to Nigerians who may feel disturbed. So already off the bat, he doesn't feel like they should be disturbed. But hey, I get it, you're disturbed. It's your fault, Sha. But hey, let me just apologize. Let me apologize for something that is your fault. Do you see the oxymoron there? Do you see that that's confusion at best? Do you listen? Most of us, okay, we do this, okay? You want to apologize for something that is really just their fault. You see the confusion? This is confusion, right? So if you're wondering why people don't accept your apology, let's start with that. Do you admit? Because if you're not admitting, if it sounds like you're not admitting that you're wrong, right? Because this is what Natu sent to me. This is a quote from him. I meant every word I said in BBC, right? Let me see if there's a full quote from him. Let me see. The student route is more like an answered prayer. It's a big bracket that's able to take a lot of people. The ordinary people, we're beginning to see that a lot of people just hide behind the student ship. So the student thing is not real. It's not like they need the degrees. Somebody said, but he's just telling the truth. I know. You're not wrong if you think he's telling the truth.
You're right.
You're not wrong, okay? On paper, you're not wrong. But you're wrong in the grand scheme of things. Okay? In the grand scheme of things, you're wrong. Okay? They need the degrees. They do. On paper, you're right. They probably will get there, get distracted, blah, 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 right? Nigerians were discontent with the remarks and took to social media to criticize him, while they also accused him of sabotage and betrayal. See, they're not accusing him of telling lies. You know, that's where we're missing it. They're not accusing him of telling lies. They're accusing him that, hey, we feel betrayed. Judas Iscariot, right? Hey, you're supposed to be part of us. Why are you throwing us under the bus, right? All right, so let's get back to the video, because the video is much more important. I don't want to misquote him, you know what I'm saying? Let's continue.
Disturbed, and I don't know the other words. Would you say reported? Instablog said I reported to British authorities. That's not correct. That's not correct. Media is powerful, Baba. You know this thing. You know how it works.
You found out.
And everybody running with Instablog's caption, which is really funny and sad. So I gave an interview.
Is it sad?
You know, so interview the long.
Or that's just how life works.
Interview the long. You get question where you go, they go ask you, you go answer. You get follow-up question. It was an entire conversation, and everything you have been mentioning regarding how we stress ourselves, how the British system stresses us. I addressed that in my interview.
Yeah. So it sounds like you talked too much, right? Like you were just yanning, right? Yes, you addressed all sides. You know, people that want to be balanced. Let's be balanced with this conversation, right? Let's make sure we touch on everything, right? Let's make sure we cover all bases. There's nothing wrong with that. I try to do that here. But if you are talking too much, if you're not thinking about it properly, you might just end up in poto still. So why? Because there are people with agendas. You're right. The agenda must agenda. You're absolutely correct about that. But here's the issue. Why should you have to wait until you end up in the mud before you realize that this aspect of this thing that is not about right and wrong? There's a reason why people travel beyond just wanting to do the wrong things, because that's what it comes over. Like what? Anyway, let's continue. There's more to it. I don't want to waste too much time on this.
Right, the unnecessary stress that they put us through. But the problem now is they took 25 seconds from the 30 minutes interview.
Why is this boy laughing?
And this is the whole explanation.
He's apologizing. That's why he's laughing.
It's crazy.
Okay, now that you are before your brothers and sisters, What did you really say?
Dialpad's AI sales has completely transformed how we sell.
What did
AI
you
is built right in with
say?
life coaching.
Good. What did I really say? First is I'm just coming from Twitter. I did a 1 hour space, and Nigerians are online. Trust me, 7,500 people joined that space. Never seen those numbers before.
You got your 15
right?
minutes of
People
fame.
joined the space because of the negativity that this story comes with. So what?
All right, so that's it right there. He said people join the space because of the negativity it comes with, right? If lack of accountability was a person, right? If lack of accountability was a person, you're looking at one in front of you. It's not his fault. He's caught up in his feelings. He's trying to defend himself, right? He feels that when you feel attacked, you will be caught up in your feelings. I don't care who you are. Okay? When you feel attacked, okay, you're not attacked, oh, it's just somebody's mouth at you, right? And you start to feel some type of way. You will get caught up in your feelings. You will defend yourself, or you will have a hard time holding yourself accountable. It's just the way it works. Okay, let's continue.
What did I really say? First is I was invited because I actually help people to Japa. You see? This is the problem.
He needs candy.
I
Oh,
have
for
been
candy.
helping people. So the BBC's recognized that I do help. And in the beginning of the video,
And then he had that shock.
you'll see the mark.
You know that laugh that prophet gave, like, you know me. Did you know who I am? Me, as you can see me, I help people. Hey, you don't know.
He shocked you.
Right? Body language. Just pay attention to a lot going on there. It's a lot going on. He's nervous too, by the way, because he really doesn't know what's just. He has no idea. All right? He has no idea what just hit him, right? So let's continue.
The news reporter mentioned that this is a guy who actually helps people come to Britain. This is what I want to do. This is what I am doing.
Okay.
Even though it's part.
Somebody, I beg, give him
the
candy.
goal is to.
So he has the
look
freedom
at
to
the
throw all
other
of the
options,
everybody
because
under the
government
bus.
Don't decide what they want to decide. I am not the UK government. This decision was made weeks ago. It is so sad that the part that 25 minutes, that 25 seconds, will fit into an agenda that I'm not aware of. Is what they
Exactly,
And
you dum dum. There's always an agenda that's not written on paper that you're not aware of. They're always, and you can. Let me tell you how bad it is, including all of us. We will never know all of the agenda. This is why we tell you, easy, there. You don't know what you don't know. Sometimes you have to speak up based off of limited information. That's what makes you, especially a man, right? There's limited information, but you still have to speak up against what you believe in. But my prayer is, you know what you're doing, that you're just not yanning dust. That's my prayer for you, you know. But in this case, you knew everything on paper, but you have no idea what you're dealing with. You don't know even you just traveled, literally. You know, D-Love says he Japa a year ago. He doesn't understand how manipulative these people can be. He let himself be used as a pawn to a greater scheme. This hot seat is really bunny. It is. Yeah. Listen, there's so much there that we're going to. Let's see. The guy is just unrefined, unwise. They baited him well. He not only that, I would argue that Daddy Freeze baited him too. Daddy Freeze did a good job as addressing some of the things he was saying. But let's continue.
It's really disturbing, to be honest. Because yesterday, the entire crew was in my crib. The BBC crew were in my crib, and we spent 1 hour filming Daddy Freeze.
Just yesterday.
Over 1 hour with a film. So conversation of 30 minutes.
They squeeze it into 1 second.
25 seconds. Because if you look at the one that is
Welcome
really
to the
making
real
me angry,
world.
it's not the fact that they showed my channel. It's not the fact that they said I'm helping people to come to Britain.
Wait. Guess what he's going to say is making people angry. It's definitely not him betraying them. I guarantee you that. Let's continue.
Only worried because Mark said, MD said, MD thinks that, people, but let's leave reality.
He didn't say anything. He's so nervous, he didn't finish his sentence.
Sorry for whoever is feeling disturbed.
Is he reading the apology? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry for whoever might have felt disturbed. That's a terrible apology. There's no need for you to apologize if you have to say that. It's better you keep it. Okay? People can at least respect that you are standing on your square. People can at least respect that. Okay?
I feel 10 times of the pain that you feel. Because there's nothing in this life that is more painful than being misunderstood.
Okay, so he's only concerned about the fact that he's misunderstood. He's not concerned about the fact that he's offended the mass of people who are hopefully going to Japa one day. It's not what is misunderstood is the reason why. That's the only way you could relate with your pain. He still can't relate with your pain. Okay, but sorry, go.
To be honest,
why is he laughing? This nigga, man. Why is he laughing?
I have a lot of testimonies of people that I have helped, and I'm not going to stop because of this negative energy.
Oh,
I create simple, easy to follow guides because last, our brothers, the Mediterranean Sea, they die. People in the Sahara Desert, they waka. I have people messaging me from Libya, even today. they are what's the word for it? They are evicting Nigerians. What's that right?
Evacuating Nigerians?
They are removing Nigerians from Libya, and it's unnecessary. So the information that I am privileged to know, I lost you on the video, but hopefully people can still hear me. The information that I'm privileged to know, I don't hoard it, right? I read this one. The reason why I joined.
When I built this business, we didn't have payment solutions like Melia.
Let's continue.
Normally snapshots your life. So somebody called me and said, Daddy, please don't discuss this thing. So I am here, and hopefully, because Yoruba will say but now normally I cannot share the full interview. I have behind the scenes, Baba. I can share with you behind the scenes, but I don't even have the right to share the raw footage. Here you get. This is the BBC. You know now. You know proprietary stuff. So I have reached out to the BBC team to say, unfortunately, this was not what I bargained for.
It sounds like a bunch of people that are on reality TV show and say, oh yeah, they painted me in a bad light. You said what you said. You said what you said, my dude.
I have messaged them. Tomorrow
What do you think BBC did when they saw his message? What do you think they did? Let's be honest. What do you think they did when they saw his message? Like, hey, what I said is not what you painted me in a bad light to. This is not what we bargained for. We bargained that I would take over a whole 1 hour show on BBC, on almighty BBC. We bargained, but you only took 20 seconds of it. Oh. What do you think they saw? They probably laughed like it's real life, like, oh, they're really weary. Like, I beg. Vamos. What do you think they said, right?
They're setting up a meeting, however they would like to clean this up, I would demand that they do some cleaning up. All right? Because as of yesterday, I was doing just fine in my life.
I demand, sounds like another person say, I demand that my wife respect me. Okay. Who will tell him now? Tell him myself, who's going to tell him that? Who's going to tell him? I demand that you clean it up. Have they clean? Those of you in it people, have they cleaned it up? I'm asking. Did they finally clean him up? Did they clean it up? Let me see. This laughter is vexing me. I guess he's nervous. Yeah, he's nervous, but I think he's disconnected from reality too. If they filmed in his house, how come he apologized from a hotel room? He's on the run now. Wow, yeah. Tiamiyu, Shango catch you as you speak Yoruba, so we no claim you. It's a Yoruba man, eh? Tiamiyu, MD. Good evening, everyone. I hope I have not missed a lot. Not so much, Divine. Good to see you, Divine. You're always on time. Anthony Prince, clearly a man who has an inflated sense of self. He said, sounds like a Ekene. Why are you doing a Ekene like this now? Ekene day here now. This guy is so stupid at demand. Dr. Babs, I know. Naija go say anything to Japa. One guy tell me say in village an entire state was attacked. Exactly, right? Oh Lord. Wahala. Anyway, let's get back to the video. There's so much in here.
Doing my YouTube thing, nobody's sharing my video, nobody's liking it. Now everybody wants to hear what I want to say.
I haven't seen one video since this news broke out. I guarantee this 15 minutes of fame go need two more. Okay, this 15 minutes of fame, it will last a couple of days. Some people will go and subscribe because they're curious. But let me tell you something. I've had moments here where I had 200 people watching live, because shout out to Auntie B. She helped us heavily promote one day. What do we have on an average? We have 20 people average, right? Equilibrium is nobody's mates. Things will always settle where they belong at the end of the day. That's how life works. That's just how life works. Okay, so whatever 15 minutes of fame is celebrating right now, look at the laugh on his face. Some of you didn't want to see the laugh on his face, but all right, let's continue.
Because of negative energy, Baba, what did I do? So I shared a lot of the challenges.
He has no idea what he did.
We have had to lie.
That's why his apology is stupid. He has no idea. It's cognitive dissonance. He can't connect with what he did. He can't. It's not adding up.
On people's CV, person we don't become Oga for Niger.
Wait.
We have had to lie on people's CV.
So now he's throwing even more people under the bus. People have to lie on their CV. People went up become CV for Niger. Be careful who you are gisting with. Some people are just lame like this. Okay, you'll be like, just put something else. Don't talk. Watch them. If they tend to be truth tellers, one day they will tell that truth in the wrong spot. Okay, it might just not be a situation like this. They might actually throw you under the bus. So in the spirit of an obsession to be right, the obsession to be holy, and they're the worst. But continue.
Person we don't become Oga for Niger. You reach here, British employer would discount all of your experience. It's as if you don't exist. So you have to start from.
He's helping us now. He's trying to help us.
I said this on the interview. That was not shared. All right. The fact that Oyo State, sir, is bigger than Wales. Wales, the whole of Wales. Wales is a country, right? Just like England. Wales is 21,000 square kilometers. In Wales, it's 21,000 square kilometers.
Okay.
Wales prints its own money. Wales has autonomy. Wales has a government. Wales country works. Oyo State is 28,000 square kilometers. Oyo State is bigger than Wales. Hello.
And what does that mean to you? The only thing anyone should be deducing from the fact that Oyo State is bigger than Wales is that how come these people are tiny island in the middle of nowhere and they're controlling literally multiple continents? How? These are the questions that the black men need to be asking themselves. Okay? These are the questions that the black people need to be asking themselves. How is a tiny island able to control the rest of the world? Okay? You should ask it quietly and start doing some work. Start observing, start paying attention. I guarantee you it's probably not because they are loud, they jump on a media somewhere and start yarning dust. I guarantee you they probably sneaked in on you in the middle of the night and took over your old land. I guarantee you they probably divided you guys first. They probably came in, divide and conquer, get some people to fall on their side, throw the other side under the bus. I guarantee you there's some element of divide and conquer in that situation. Well, you can't divide and conquer with your mouth so loudly first, before you actually pull it off. You can't. Okay. I guarantee you that they're not obsessed with right and wrong. Because if they were, they wouldn't invade another person's land. Okay, they would just be content with their own resources and stay inside of their own little whales, right? Or whatever tiny island we're talking about. Black men, black people, African people, we're struggling, okay? And this is a struggle I see. It's a big struggle, you know. We know everything as far as paper is concerned. We're very smart, intelligent, IQ, high levels. But the people that have lower IQ are controlling all of our resources. Are we paying attention? He is convinced he knows what he's talking about. He's absolutely convinced. I have no doubt that this young man is a very intelligent young man. That type of intelligence, of course. Book smart. He probably crammed all of the policies on, what do you guys call it? Homeland? What's the immigration institution in the UK? He probably has all of it memorized. Okay? But he doesn't know anything.
But our structure, the structure that the British gave us, is sickening, and we haven't woken up to fix it. I said it on this interview. They can't carry 25 seconds where they can't say I report kiniko. I really feel disgusted, you know. But maybe there's a lesson in it, you know, for me and for people. Because if you judge a 30-minute conversation by a 25-minute snip,
25.
It's the fact that he's still surprised that they are using 25 minutes to control his life for the past 48 hours is the issue. Okay? The fact that he thinks throwing Japa people under the bus is going to solve our problems is the main issue here. Okay? The powers that be understands to never throw anybody that Japa under the bus. The powers that be in Nigeria or anywhere in the world, they understand that. The powers that be here understand not to throw immigrants under the bus unless there's an active push to paint a narrative to win an election, okay, win an office or something like that. But they understand deeper than that. Like, hey, it's just, let's dump 25%, I need to win to my side. But ultimately they knows that the power of a nation is the ability to also manage immigration, but not at the right and wrong standpoint. Okay? There is managing it. It's like expectations. It's managing it, and there is no, don't allow anybody into our country. If a politician is saying that, it's because he's seen a bunch of dummies that will follow him, and he knows that they will believe him anyway. Okay? Right? He doesn't get it, but maybe some of us that are here will finally get it. He now wants to speak Yoruba. Bastard boy. He's casting our CV format. Now your CV, is it your CV? I'll be your father. Yeah, talking about throwing CVs under the bus.
Your daddy.
Your papa. Who sent you? Such a clown. My namesake, the guy is just unrefined and unwise. Okay, we talked about that. The lack of exposure and refinement is heavily evident. Oh, there. Oh God, we're calling him names. There's so much more we can learn from it. Of course, the BCC laughed at him and probably made some racists like this nigga, right? Let's show with it. Please allow him. He just hasn't deeped what's really going on yet. He'll soon get the memo. Hopefully within these last few days he paid attention, because right in the middle of this uproar there are massive lessons in it for him. Okay, it's called Home Office. Thank you, Home Office. Yes. Ola Ekene says, Ola, he made a very good point. Small countries, he didn't make that point. He was surprised. Instead of studying it, he was trying to use to shame Japa people. That wasn't the point he was making. He was making the point, but he was deducing the wrong lessons from it. Okay. Chineke, is he Yoruba? It doesn't sound Yoruba to me. What do you think he was? He's a Yoruba boy, Oshun boy now. I think he's an Oshun boy. This dude will be deported. All I remember to show is Olopa photo. Let's see. He better deep sticks really quick before he causes more havoc. They might give him. Somebody was suggested. The other guy that's the star of this stream. He was suggesting that he gets asylum, right? They might give it to him, but that's not where our power lies. We need to learn how to talk. Our position, everybody needs to know how to play their role. Everybody's not going to be a politician. Everybody is not going to be someone that understands power at political levels. No, I'm not expecting that. But everyone needs to kind of assume a certain level of wisdom. Every one of us needs to do that, Every one of us need to do that, People have been talking for 62 plus years. We should start shaming our leaders in public. We started the conversation. Let's have this conversation in public. No. That's always a bad move too. That's always a bad move when it comes to this part of the conversation. But also, I don't shame people that most people are generally going to gravitate towards shaming bad leaders. I let them be who they are. I let them do what. That's why they are most people. Right? But if you and I were going to have power conversations, it's absolutely wrong move. How do you say that in Igbo? You have to edify what's yours. You have to edify everything about you, about your identity, about your source. You have to edify. You have to spend more time edifying it. You have to, whatever you focus on will expand. Okay? If you want to focus on bad leaders, that will expand. And we've seen that until the people decide that it's over, right? We're seeing that in the numbers of the past election, in this last election, that people are clearly saying, it's a different timing. And when people start doing that, yes. But until people start, the powers that be knows how to play to what the people think, not necessarily what is right or wrong, what they think. Yeah, your daddy. Let's continue.
I'm sorry, but by 25 seconds snip, I am wondering who you really are. I'm wondering if you really think, if you really come down to think. I mentioned all of this.
Ask the question: are you British now, or what papers are you using?
He won't answer. People like him won't answer.
Let's go ahead and head on to the bathroom and see if simpler is really simpler, and see if simpler can get rid of all this white.
2,000 people are listening, so
You yourself.
this is private information. 2,000 people are listening, so it's not something.
I do think it's a smart move for him not to answer that. By the way, he shouldn't answer. But I think more so because it's just bad. He's running. He's in a hotel room. Think about it, right?
I'm going to.
Maybe he doesn't work Pali. Maybe he doesn't Pali like before these people, because I hear that in UK they can just park by your door and the next thing they just park everybody. Maybe he doesn't have Pali. Maybe he's on the student visa. He's running his mouth so quick, so soon. Maybe he's not sure how this plays out in real life. Such a mess.
To share? Sorry about that. It's not something I'm going to share. But I consider myself a citizen of the world. I have lived on 4 continents. That is, we're in Dubai together, Kenya and Oman. You remember that night when we had dinner and you were helping us with Bible verses in Kenya at the reception downstairs?
Yeah.
That is free. Like, wait, what? Huh? Yeah. Huh? Where? In Kenya? Oh, in Dubai. Oh, in Kenya. Oh, I remember. Yeah, you used to have a goatee, right? Yeah.
Baba, you don't want. That's you know if you remember. We did.
I remember. Yeah, remember.
We did that Dubai safari together. You remember? It was sweet.
Yeah, send the picture.
Right? I have lived in the US. I'm not tied to any country. I'll be honest with you.
Send the picture right now.
I like to consider myself a global citizen. The UK is not the.
It's a global citizen.
Let's be honest. Right? I'm here.
Now the UK is not heaven. Remember they came into your living room yesterday. You were filming. You didn't think they were not heaven. Oh. Remember that small little island controlling the rest of the world? They're not heaven. Are you sure about that? Okay. Are you sure?
No, I could decide to live it somewhere else tomorrow. Right?
No, you can't.
I've been to China, for example.
Stop the
China was one of the first countries that I really experienced. I love China like hell. Good country. Forget about negative media, everything, and the war that's going on. We versus them.
This guy is lying. Hey.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Lord, this guy is lying. Why? Why are you a liar? Oh, Lord, let's continue. I can't.
Around for a while. And the last thing I want to do is to throw anybody under the bus.
Wait, you just did. Wait, that's exactly what you just. What is wrong? What's wrong with this guy? The last thing he wants to do. This is literally how you got your 15 minutes of fame.
If the BBC is happy to, news now is very fast, very short, and there was an agenda that I was not aware of. And this is why it pains me, Baba. It really pains me.
Oh, it pains you.
Me.
Okay.
Because I shared lots of.
What point were you honestly trying to make? Honest to God now. What point were you trying to make?
It's not going to make the
if you're
point.
watching on YouTube because...
Daddy freeze, voila. It's not going to make the point to, hey.
TikTok, I'm not seeing my gifts. Where are all my money guns? If you're watching on TikTok, send me money guns. And all of you, 2,195 of you watching on Instagram, is it easy for me to be awake at this time of
Yeah, it's a Muslim name. Tiamiyu is a Muslim name.
First-hand information. All of you go to Facebook right now. Search for
Daddy freeze.
DADDYFREEZE. Go.
If my memory.
It's not. They said, what were you trying to say? He's not going to say what he was trying to say. Tiamiyu, listen, boss man, that UK designed things specifically so that we can continue to be dependent. Precisely, my guy. Exactly. Literally. The UK are not the land of great system that he thinks it is. But it's probably tough for him. Let's go and build our nation. Let's go and build our nation. I do think we should build our nation. Absolutely. Okay, but I think it's completely irrelevant from this conversation. It's easy to say, hey, let's address all the angles and let's bring it the other side. We should build our nation too. It is our leaders, but that's a different conversation. The conversation here is a man who is running his mouth actively, right? Which is a representative of what we've done quite often, quite a lot, throwing ourselves under the bus, right, and expecting it not to expand. When you throw yourself under the bus, it's because you're focusing on the negative aspect of who we are as a people. It will continue to expand until enough of us, not all of us, it will never be all of us, until enough of us start to say, yes, in the same breath, you can Japa and still say, me, I'm a proud Nigerian, your father. What? If you are quick to throw your own people under the bus, black men are always like this. Black women do this. Nigeria people do this. If that's all you tend to focus on in your rhetorics, particularly not just rhetorics, your belief system, not even rhetorics, more like your belief system, you're just one of them. You're actually one of the people destroying us. Because our leaders, you want to throw the leaders under the bus. The leaders is the product of our people, of who we are. You're just shedding light on the negative aspect of who we are. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. Okay? Let's get back to it.
It serves me right. I think the conversation that led to that tiny snippet was the question of cost, right? Cost of education. Nobody.
It's not British, I beg.
No Nigerian.
It's not British, I beg.
Needs a £15,000 master's degree. Let's be honest.
Huh?
All right. So I started to explain how ridiculous the school fees was or is. The school fees regime and how much the British government enjoys that.
Okay. But you want to tell them how bad we are.
The problem
are
was
you
not
confused?
Like, so if people cannot afford that amount of money. What is the motivation?
Which US? You left. Benuson. Is that Benuson you're trying to say?
I wasn't trying. And it's a long conversation because I've been on this space now. If I count the time, I've not been checking. I've been talking for probably 7 minutes or more. You know, so
he's reading the
he
comments.
wants me to say back everything I've said. I just know I'm answering your question and we're flowing. All right. So if you decide to snip one part that fits an agenda, it's totally out of my power, and I cannot tell the BBC.
Am I snipping one part of what he's saying right now? I'm not snipping one part of his saying, but it's still not making sense. It's been a minute, right? The only thing we're getting out of this is that this man should shut up. He should have shut up a long time ago. He should have just been helping people that Japa jejely. One day. But he wanted fast growth. He jumped on BBC. Jumping on BBC does not help fast growth if your rhetoric is not consistent with what you do on your channel. You know, if it's not. So people just want to come over since they should stay over there. What do you mean they should stay over there? What do you mean? Well, you know, every one of us, we're always looking for the greener pastures. Everyone around the world, they're looking to garner more resources for themselves to help their families. It's just how the world works. So no, I'm sorry, I can't judge people that decide to go over to another side of the world to have a better chances of taking care of their family. Well, no, I don't know. No, that's not why. Nigerians are great people all over the world. As a matter of fact, you can look at every aspect of your country, of this country that we're in, this fantastic country. You can't throw UK under the bus too, right? And every aspect of these institutions, you can see Nigerian people at every in C-suites, in executive levels all over the place. That's just a testament to how great of a people we are. And in terms of what's going on down there, you know, there's a lot of improvement over the past few years, and when you are in the presence of the enemy, is knowing how to talk. That's what we're talking about. Okay, it's about knowing how to talk. That if he's bored by him, but you see, he was saying that wait, these people are going viral on, like this viral is going viral. It was trending heavy. Daddy Free is a hell of a content creator. Get it twisted. Yeah, let's continue because we have a lot to cover.
What part you
I post my videos whole. So whoever is going to watch this video is going to watch it whole. That is why I want you to.
That means don't worry about people snipping. Talk. Learn how to talk. Okay, you can learn how to talk. He's trying to defend himself.
Explain to them, and now, how are you? Listen, let me tell you something. There are some parts that I agree with, and I was saying this before you joined. Nigeria, the Nigerian population was
Yoruba Nation. If that thing.
5 million. Sorry, 45 million.
Another topic entirely. You're right.
While the UK population was 55 million. Today, the UK population is 65 million. Nigeria is 200 million. We also messed up, but this is for us to consume, not to give to the BBC. I will tell you, you know, I used to have an organ in BCOS when I worked in BCOS, Ibadan. Her name is Auntie Shade. There is nothing you want to do in this life. Auntie Shade will never cast you publicly.
Thank you.
Auntie Shade go close door.
Thank you, Daddy Freeze.
Insult you, go begin crying.
Publicly.
To the organs, when the organs call her and say what happened, she go cover them up.
Yes.
So,
because at the end of the day, the team, you protect the team. The team are literally the ones that make your job easier. Okay. All right. Unfortunately, we do have a culture in our societies where people are very quick to throw each other under the bus because they want to get one up on everybody else. All right. That's something. Pay attention to that. Right? Protect the team. What happens if what if they fire me with the team? And do you not understand the power in the people, in taking care of the people? You know, again, part of our culture, one of the reasons why the leadership is part of our culture, we created our leadership. Our leadership did not fall out of the skies. No, Tinubu did not fall out of the skies out of some country somewhere. I know it was easy to say Buhari came from Niger or some foreign neighboring country. You can't say that about Tinubu. If you don't say Tinubu from Lagos, at least you know he's from Osun somewhere, or he's from Ibadan somewhere. He's somewhere Ekiti. I don't know. He's from there. We can't lie about that one now. Our leadership is a product of the type of people we are. Okay, so if you're going to understand how this works, if you want to be some of the few people, it's going to be few people that will help us change the course, the direction of the nation. Learn how to edify. It doesn't mean they're perfect. That's not what it means. It's just understanding that what you focus on expands. If you focus on negative, it expands. If you focus on positive, it expands. And there's no such thing in this life that is just a positive all the time. It just doesn't exist. It doesn't. This country where they film this thing from right now, the United States of America, somebody said, oh, but Tinubu, that means the blood on his neck, on his head, the bloodshed. I'm like, the person was celebrating green card. I said, that green card you are holding, do you know, like, are you kidding me? Do you know how much bloodshed that green card that you are celebrating? I'm not saying you shouldn't celebrate it. I think, congratulations, you Japa successfully, you have a green card. But because it's not hard enough. The world you live in is a vicious world. It's about the people with the power. You need to understand that, and you need to understand there is game. You need to learn how the game is being played at your individual level, but also at the society level. We need enough people that will understand that. And part of it is that don't be so quick to throw your own people under the bus. That's weak. It's the easiest thing to do. It's what the masses tend to do.
Like now, I know say if I think cost our brothers and sisters here, I know say BBC no on my life come carry with I talk. But
they will lift clips of it. Let me tell you something, Daddy Freeze. If I lift Daddy Freeze stuff at any point, I would lift the part that will agenda with what point I'm trying to make. Yes, I might even misquote him sometimes. That's just how things, that's the expectations you should have of human beings. When you tell them a story, even when they try to do the right thing and tell that story to go and tell the other person, tell them accurately, they will add to it naturally. That's just the way human beings operate. They will have their own filter to it. They will shake it up a little bit. They will have their own, like their own animation, like what I'm doing right now. They will have their own little thing to it, right? And a person might be like, wait, you are misquoting me. That's not what I said. Well, yeah, duh, of course you are being misquoted. That's why that should be your expectation. You will be misquoted to a large extent if you are talking a lot. If you are yarning dust, you're just all over this. You will be misquoted. Listen, I said this, any content creator who's been doing this for a while knows that somebody's going to misquote you at some point. It's just what it is. Drink water, take a cold shower. They'll be all right last. Okay? But that's what makes us human beings. For you to expect that people will not misquote you after yarning dust for 1 hour, BBC, they make millions of dollars from literally misquoting people. For you to expect otherwise, you'll be mumu.
You are a mumu man.
All right. I've been here almost 30 years. D-Love says, I've been here almost 30 years. And regardless of who I marry, I'm still a proud Nigerian. If you change your accent and bite your tongue off, you will always be a foreigner. They will remind yourself, if you don't remember quickly. They say, what? I hear an accent. Where's that from? Wait, I thought my accent has changed. What do you mean where I'm from? I'm from here. No, you're from here? No. They will remind you, they will remind you that you're a mumu man.
You are a mumu man.
All right, let's continue, Jerry. He claims the whole interview gives context. However, I do not believe any context can justify that statement. It would still sound right to say. Gamma goofed big time. Once they hear your name, they would ask where you are originally from. Exactly. Beg. That's the good, the bad, the ugly in all nations and all ethnicities. Exactly. This Tiamiyu guy hasn't fully comprehended every aspect of what's going on in the UK and every part of the world, you know. I've been here. Good to see you, Marriott. Good to see you, Marriott. I just noticed you're here too. As an executive, I watch out for my African people. I am in a position to be an ally, not a detriment to my people. I had someone who told a Ghanaian man he couldn't understand him. I check him quick. He couldn't understand him. And listen, it's a din. Ola, what does Erama Fagbo means? That is stop smoking. It's like smoke Indian hemp, small. Don't just puff everything into your brain. Easy, dear, small. That's what it means. That's the direct loose translation. Okay. I think it means take it easy on the on Indian hemp, particularly Igbo is Indian hemp. Weed. More like take it easy on the smoking weed. What's incorrect? Anyway, let's get back to it. We have a lot to cover.
Religion that I know is Nigeria's biggest problem. If BBC people ask me, I will turn it on their head. I'll say, you people brought the religion.
Yes.
So when you brought it to us,
instead of him to go there, that religion is killing us in Nigeria. Like on BBC particularly, you can have a conversation on how you truly feel amongst yourself. Okay. Well, even on Nigerian media. It's okay. It's about reading the room. That's what we're talking about. It's social intelligence. Okay? Read the fucking room. That's what we're talking about. Okay? On BBC, you don't go there and say Nigerian people carry like that. What do you mean? Not I mean, but it looks like Nigerians. Like somebody brought me to Voice of America, BCNN, and they're like, oh, it looks like Nigerians suffer from religion and I was like, what do you mean? Like you mean like the white Jesus? What do you mean? Like you mean the white Jesus that the white people brought to our people? I mean, you don't want us to get started in that conversation, do you? Right? Like, do you really want to go there? Because we could talk about that. That's what you want, right? Right? There was a famous video of Louis Farrakhan. Let me see if I can find it really quickly. Of somebody, shout out to Louis Farrakhan, the minister Louis Farrakhan. Let me see if I can find it. Farrakhan, that a white man tried to throw was it Nigerians? He tried to throw Nigerians under the bus. Yeah, I think I found it. Let me see if I can find that really quickly. Oh yeah, I found it. It's awesome. Let me show you what we're talking about really quickly.
Which is, if not the most corrupt nation in Africa, and it is.
Oh, this is the worst version of it. Let me see if I can find it really quickly. I'll be back. I'll find it. Let me see. So he was talking about Nigeria being the worst. Yeah, I found it. I think I found it. There you go. Oh, perfect. Let me play this video for you. Take it from there.
Nigeria. Farrakhan, you go to Nigeria, which is, if not the most corrupt nation in Africa, and it is, it could be the most corrupt nation in the world.
He said it could be the most corrupt nation in the world. This video looks so old. It looks like it's probably from the 80s, maybe 90s. Maybe 80s.
Minister Farrakhan. Oh, now, Mr. Wallace.
It's oh no,
it is
Mr.
the most
Wallace.
corrupt nation that I have ever been there 25 years ago, and I've been there as recently as last year. Fine.
What?
So what? 35 years old. That's what that nation is.
35 years old. So
now,
that's 1985.
226 years old. You love democracy? But there in Africa, you're trying to force these people into a system of government that you just have accepted 30 years ago, black folk got the right to vote. You're not in any moral position
Shut
to
your
tell
ass
anybody how
up.
corrupt they are. You should be quiet and let those of us who know our people go there and help them get out of that condition. But America should keep her mouth shut.
Shut up.
Whenever there's a corrupt regime, as much hell as America has raised on the earth. No, I will not allow America, or you, Mr. Wallace, to condemn them as the most corrupt nation on earth when you have spilled the blood of human beings has not.
Oh no, but he's telling the truth. Let him tell the truth now. Shebi is not lying. It's after all the most corrupt nation in the earth, right? Lenwe, white man.
Nigeria dropped an atomic bomb and killed people in Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Have they killed off millions of Native Americans?
This is the reality of the countries you are Japa into that I'm enjoying too. Thank God. My father Japa.
How dare you put yourself in that position as a moral...
Get off the pedestal. I keep telling you. You can't be on that pedestal. You're not holier. You're not. I promise you. I guarantee you. You might think you are. You don't know what you don't know. You can't see that far. You're short-sighted. You're a mumu man.
Judge, I think you should keep quiet. Because with that much blood on America's hands, you have no right to speak. I will speak because I don't have that blood on my hands. Yes, there's corruption there. Yes, there's mismanagement of resources. Yes, there is abuse. There's abuse in every nation on earth.
In every nation on earth. Literally. That one is a fact. That's a fact. Okay? Now, some people's levels, with any level, right? You can have an argument about that, but please don't be arguing with the wrong type of people. Don't go to an atheist and say there is God. You sound stupid. They made up their mind. They're not going to give you the power. Power is taken.
Including them.
Check them. If you can't check them, say, hey, with all due respect, that's not your place. Don't worry about that part of the conversation. I don't think you're qualified to have that conversation.
This one. So let's not play holy tomorrow.
No, but I'm speaking the truth. I am qualified, so I can't speak the truth. No, I think you're 21. You can't speak on marriage. You've never been married. You never left your father's house. You can't speak on marriage. You're not qualified. Oh, so I can't have an opinion. No, you're not. I'll be you're a mumu person. You can't have a conversation about marriage if you've never been through it. Oh boy, that's always shaming people that are like, no, you're slow. The issue is deeper than that. Read the damn room.
Lies on them. Let's help. I'm not moralizing. I'm asking a question and I got an answer. Why would you put it as the most corrupt regime in the world?
He was disgusted.
Think of one more corrupt. Yeah, I'm living in one.
He was disgusted.
I'm living in one. Yes, you've done a hell of a thing on this earth, so you should not be the one.
Hell.
You should be quiet when it comes to moral condemnation.
Yeah. I want truth to tell us. He's just telling the truth. Yeah. No, you're a liar. At best. You're not telling the truth. You just can only see the word true one less. And there's only so much you can see. Okay? Let's continue with Tiamiyu.
Intention to destroy us. I go flip out for them. As they come back on, they cause our pastor. So that is where I personally believe that if you were doing it in your own YouTube space and complaining about, look, let me tell you.
Even that one, gone self.
We have 200 million people. The UK right now is 65 million. If you add another 20 million, you are adding a third of the UK's population. The UK will crumble.
The Big Money Movement is a movement that is dedicated to empowering women to land 5- and 6-figure goals.
Thank you, Senator Obama.
Let's push it forward a little bit.
10 pounds. UK people don't do.
What we know is that he never admitted
Now so me too, they make money from my life. Now so BBC where invites you, they are making money. Now you need to understand that.
That's freeze. I wish I was making money from YouTube. I will.
How are you not? How many for?
I mean, before the
maybe 2% foreigners that are Weibos. Maybe another 5% foreigners that are not Nigerian. Because yesterday on TikTok, I had a lady who was from Zambia or something. You understand? Now, John is one of the gentlemen that joined.
Let's bring John to the stage. John is notorious truth teller. Let's bring John to the stage.
For 1 or 2 minutes. Don't worry, John is not going to bash you. John seems to be supporting some of the things you have to say. And John is also used to being under the boss. So let's hear what he has to say.
Let's bring John to the stage. Let's go ahead and bring John to the stage. John had a lot to say. And let's go ahead and bring him to the stage. This is John right here. We've reviewed some comments by John here before. John is a brother with a lot of lame talk. I can't say I shouldn't call them lame, but the talking points are lame. I don't know if that helps. Then I'm happy to help. Okay, a lot of the talking points are lame. Okay, it is what it is. It's okay. It's okay. That's John right there. If you're wondering, all right. Gracious greatness. Before we continue with John and Daddy Freeze and them, if any Oyibo from US, UK even ever want to undermine any African nation, I will ask them where are the things that they promised to various African and Caribbean nations since World War II. Exactly. Poor brother Bernard. Wahala. Hey Neni, good to see you. Let's see here. Also, why did the UK deport various Caribbeans who built this nation back up since the 1950s? Yeah, we know that anything you call anything you call a developed nation around the world were built by black people. The last thing you want to be doing is shaming anybody for Japa, okay? Please don't participate in that, okay? If you want to encourage people to stay in Africa and build nations in Africa, that's literally a completely different conversation, okay? It's not. I know it's easy for us to bring it in and say, hey, it's our leaders that make it our fault. No, it's not relevant. It's not relevant. It's not. People will do whatever they need to do to survive, literally, okay? Even if it's wrong. Okay, we talk about that emotional level here all the time. People will do all the wrong things if it feels right. That's the reality of things. Okay, so don't participate in like, oh, people like, no, if people want Japa, let them Japa. Energy, just like masculine energy, feminine energy, people will flow where they need to flow for survival. It is what it is. If you think the game is unfair, you're right. It's unfair to everyone. Play the game. Learn how to play the game. And may the best player win. That's how it works. Okay? That's just how it works. Either you're talking about relationship. Hold on. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Either you're talking about relationships or you're talking about whatever you're talking about. Okay? Your moral standard is a function of what I just said. Your moral standard does not exist without what I just said. The fact that people flow where they need to survive. If somebody said, hey, let's put the society together and let's enjoy it together, let's not be selfish, that is still a function of a need for survival. One comes before the other, not the other way around. Okay? So, but anyway, let's get into some more of the conversations with John. We're now at the top of the hour. I thought it was going to be long. We probably will come back on, what's today? Thursday? Yeah, we'll try to come back within the next 24 to 48 hours for let's yarn together. Let's discuss together. Oh, not this one. Let's go on to the next one. This one. This one. Aha.
Those several members of the family will be under the UK health insurance scheme.
So John is here to support Tiamiyu. Okay? He's here to support Tiamiyu. Thank you so much for the likes. Thank you, D-Love. All right? He's here to support him. So a lot of talking points you're going to hear is going to be, hey, I'm speaking the truth. Why can't I speak the truth? It's like, tell your face you're speaking the truth, because the truth does not need that much help. Are you sure you're speaking the truth? The truth is undefeated. Oh, if you have to struggle so hard to speak the truth, there is a chance, just a chance. You know, sometimes you have to speak the truth, right? But there's a chance that you are telling lies and you are trying to force this into truth. But let's continue.
Costs. These are costs to the UK government. And it needs to stop. It needs to stop. Your conversation with BBC was not what made them take that decision. Don't even let anyone.
That's irrelevant to the conversation.
This is how people are making it feel. This is a decision that has been taken since weeks.
All excuses are usually irrelevant to the conversation. Okay, all excuses associated with Shalaye are usually irrelevant to the conversation. Oh, they've made a decision for irrelevant. The conversation is that you have diarrhea of the mouth. That's the conversation. Okay, the conversation is not that, hey, did you cause? Of course you did not cause you Janjala. I beg. What we're saying is that you run your mouth, and you are, people like you are one too many. One too many. The more people we have like you, the less powerful we become, because there's no power in being loud. Okay? If there's any power in being loud at all, it's very minimal. Very rarely, okay, would you have to use word of mouth type of agitation. What did the powers that be tell you? They said go and protest. Go and protest. There's nothing wrong with protesting, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't take me out of context. But they will say, go and protest. They said go to court. Go to court. That's what the powers that be will say. Okay. Let's continue.
UK is not Zimbabwe, where someone can just and say we will stop this. No, it must have gone through some level of deliberations. It's just a conversation that came at the back time when the decision was about to be rolled out.
Yeah, and guess what? It's supposed to actually air tomorrow. So the actual schedule is for it to be aired tomorrow, Wednesday. I think we don't even enter Wednesday already. I don't know.
This guy really thought it was running an infomercial on BBC. You know what an infomercial is? Where you pay people to run a program. It could be a documentary. You pay the TV station. Like, there are people like that. You pay them good amount of money. You say, hey, run this for 1 hour. I'm locking in 1 hour. I'm buying 1 hour of airtime. He actually thought he thought he purchased the infomercial. They came to me as an authority, you last one, that you have 17,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Oh, bro, what you said is the truth. What you said is the gospel truth. I will never be apologetic for speaking the truth. No matter how people decide to swallow that truth, it's their business. I don't care. But the fact is that you spoke the truth.
What did he say? No matter what, you know, like, don't slap yourself, oh. Easy, right? Take it easy. I don't care how they receive it.
Business, I don't care. No matter how people decide to swallow that truth, it's their business.
Why are you talking if it's their business how they decide to swallow the truth? Where is your self-respect if you can't say, hey, how I say what I say matters more than the content of what I'm saying? Yes, it does. You're dealing with human beings. If you don't understand that, you have gross level of disrespect for your own time. It's very hard for me to take you seriously.
Okay.
Who cares?
Is that you spoke the truth.
The fact is that you spoke the truth. Never mind if I am speaking to, if it seems like I'm talking to the wall. This fact is that you spoke the truth. Again, say, Ola, you can call them lame. Thank you for the permission. I appreciate that. Speaking the truth teller, monopolizer.
A lot of Nigerians who travel to the UK to study are ends actually.
Yes, I pay with my credit card, and then Emilio's.
Oh Lord. Wahala.
Going there to my parents who travel to the UK to study are ends actually going there to study. They are going.
They ain't going there to study. They're going there to jai away to a green card. They're going there to hustle, to bring their family over to Japa. And it's wrong. It's wrong for people to swim into our white people nation.
And they pack all members of their families there. And it's having an impact to the economy. Have you realized how high houses, the prices of houses have doubled in the United Kingdom? And this is because there is a massive influx of people into the United Kingdom.
Kilo de Aurora. Wow. Slow down. Maybe you will find out that what you are saying is dust. Empty. Kò sí nǹkan kan bẹ́ẹ̀. Nothing there. Maybe Yoruba people sọ pé tí ojú bá farabalẹ̀ arimu, when you calm down your eyes, maybe you can see the nose. No. You're not supposed to see your nose. You're not supposed to looking for your nose. But just in case you're wondering if you actually have a nose, maybe you don't believe the mirror, right? Just calm down your eyes small. Relax. You see at least a blurry version of it, right? Right? Easy. Take it easy now. They just want to Japa. They ain't going there to study. Emma Aurora, don't tear your own neck muscle.
They want to stop it because the average Brit cannot even afford to buy a house in the UK.
What country are you speaking from, John?
So let's stop them from coming in because they are making house prices go up. Never mind that we live in a global village. Never mind that we're all exposed to each other. The naira is exposed to dollars, dollar is exposed to pound sterling. It's all exposed. Everything. And it's going to get worse. If you're crying about it right now, it's going to get worse.
So people will come with the argument that Indians also in the past 2 years, Nigerians constitute at least 50% of those migrated into the United Kingdom to study. And
Hey!
all of them come with family of 6 and the house help.
He's about to
All
collect.
these people need some sort of.
He's about to collect.
John, I want to make an offer. I know I'm not supposed to be apologizing. I know better.
What? Did you hear what he just said? I know I'm not supposed to be apologizing. I know better. You have one person behind you. You can't even wait. You don't understand the power of the people. You can't even wait small. Ola, are you saying you should always pander to people? No, I say, people are not your mates. If you're going to push against them, what I'm saying is that make sure you know what you're doing. Oftentimes you don't. You're only seeing things from one lens. That's what I'm saying. Make sure you think it through properly. Make sure you seek wise counsel before you start yarning dust. There's still going to be dust in whatever you yarn anyway. Okay, but maybe you'll be thrown under the bus less often, right? Maybe you will have an opportunity to, maybe you actually have some wisdom that we all need to learn from. But we're not going to hear you if you're actively throwing us out, if you feel like you're throwing us under the bus in that process. If you feel understood, then maybe we might be able to learn something from you. Whose responsibility is that? I don't know. Wherever you think you're right. I'm just saying, wherever that message you have you want to land, it's not going to land if we feel like you're here to attack us. People, the power is still in the hands of the people in the long term. In the short term, it might feel like you're getting away with stuff. Yeah, I understand. In the long term, you better be paying attention. Because that castle you're building around yourself on that poor street will collapse on you. They will push it on you. Eventually. Let's continue. He's about to collect. Woto.
Not supposed to be apologizing. But honestly, if they had posted, Daddy Freeze, you are the media guru.
MC, Daddy Freeze, thank you for letting me come in here. I've been trying to jump in here. MC, to be honest, you keep changing your points of view. You've apologized.
He can't make up his mind.
So many times. You apologized on your WhatsApp status. You apologized on Twitter. You apologized right here on this live. But for some reason, I'm watching your body language since you got in. You've been fidgeting.
Why would he apologize?
Fidgetive.
Of someone. Hang on, John. Let me finish. Hang on, John. Let me finish.
Now, John is jumping in there, booty clapping for Tiamiyu, right? Why would he apologize? That's the point. That's the point she's making. She didn't say why you should apologize. She said you're confused. Like you're not making up your mind. You want to apologize? So I keep telling you, apologies for the most part, they're useless. Because oftentimes people don't know how to apologize. Or they're apologizing for something that they're having a hard time admitting to being wrong at. If you're having a hard time admitting to be wrong, have some self-pity. Be patient with yourself. Know what you did wrong first. Okay? Know what? Be clear about that. And if you're going to say, hey, I was wrong, own it with your full chest. Make sure it makes 100% sense to you. Oftentimes you're apologizing because you're trying to be dismissive. You're trying to push the issue under the rug, which is what he's been doing all day. Just being dismissive, right? You're just trying to just sorry, so we can move on. You will collect. Okay? It's not going to work. At best, they will say, okay, Motigbo, but it's resentment. A little resentment inside.
You've been fidgeting as soon as you got on, which are signs of nervousness and anxiety. You've been displaying all of those. However, I noticed, being observant here to this live video, as soon as John started supporting your motion, you gained your confidence.
Is that confidence?
Speaking with less fidgeting. I'm being very honest with you. And now all of a sudden, someone who has apologized several times is saying that you don't have any reason to apologize. Now I'm going to ask you. I'm going to hang on, MC. I listened to let me finish.
What did he say?
You are going to mention my name.
What did he say? He said, I didn't say I didn't have any reason to apologize. We're talking about what you sound like. We don't care the exact words you use. Let me even repeat that properly. Okay, human beings do not care about the exact words that you use. They only give a shit about how you make them feel. So if you end up in an argument where you're arguing about I didn't say that, you could just collect. People don't care. Everybody, we don't care about the exact words you use. They only care about how you make them feel. Yeah, I didn't say anything. No, you literally, you've been speaking from both sides of your mouth. You want to apologize, you don't want to apologize. You want to apologize, you don't want to apologize. That is a weak position to be in. And yes, people will come from all angles to call you out on it because you lack self-respect. Okay, but he's found a woman. Let me shut her down before she start to misquote me. Misquote is not the topic. Okay, obviously there are millions upon millions of people talking about this, and they all feel like you threw them under the bus. You might want to pay, even if you don't admit that you were wrong, you might want to pay attention.
Hang on, MC, please. Let me finish speaking.
She called him MC. MC Tiamiyu. You are going to call my name right, woman? Really? You're going to call my name right, woman. What do you learn how to call my name first? This guy.
Your daddy.
Your daddy.
It's not gonna work. Could it work? It's not gonna work.
Your name. You did not introduce yourself. What is your name? My name is Rani. What's your name? What's your name?
You know my name. You have seen my WhatsApp
I do not.
status.
He said, "You know my name, gentlemen." Okay, gentlemen. If I promise you, I guarantee you, this works all the time. Okay, it's to get you to your destination faster. If you know that somebody knows you, some people do that, and they pretend like they don't really know you like that, but somehow you just know. It's not like you're guessing, or you know they know you, but they kind of come to the table and say, "Hey, yeah, I don't really know you like that." So, "Oh, my name is Ola. Just trust me." That destination you're looking to get to, that needs to be right. You will instantly be right. You will gain an instant respect just like that. Why? Because you're not obsessed with being right. Why? Because you have self-respect. You have something for other people to mimic. Right? You don't need them to validate you. Just say, "Oh, my bad, my apologies. Pardon my bad manners. My name is Ola." Somebody mispronounce your name because they are Oyibo people. They just mispronounce it and they call you Ola Kunkumwaka, and they pronounce all of your Ola Tokumba out in the wrong way. Ola Kumbumbo or Ola Kukumba. Just say, "Oh, my bad. The name is Ola Tokumba, but just call me Tokes." That's all you have to do. And smile and watch them crumble at their knees to where they belong. But if you are engaged and say, "You know my name, you know exactly what my name is," but you know they collect like that, just like that, it gets worse. It's only going to get worse, right? You move further and further away from your destination. Why? Because you lack self-respect. And people have no choice but to mimic the level of self-respect that you have for yourself. That's the way it works. This behavior, they are aligned. You can see them. They're consistent everywhere. Let's continue.
I have absolutely. As a matter of fact, that the priest.
Rani, clean your camera lens. You're not. I can't.
Clean your camera lens. Pronounce the name right and calm down.
Bro.
I'm sorry. I have absolutely no
Booty
idea
clapping
what your
for
name is.
Tiamiyu.
However, the reason I decided to join in on you speaking on this live is because you made a statement when Daddy Priest asked you why you said all what you said. It took you forever to get to the point. And like I said, all of these boil down to the signs of anxiety and nervousness. You couldn't answer the question.
Dialpad's AI sales has completely transformed how we sell.
Oh my sure, it really could not answer the question. They said, "What were you trying to say?" That if we said, "What were you trying to say?"
Of going and nervousness. You couldn't answer the question. It took you 7 minutes of going on and on before you answered
John
the question.
said, "Madam,
Hang on, John, please let
Madam."
me finish. Eventually, when you answered the question, I haven't made my point yet. Eventually, when you answered the question, your response was that Nigerians cannot afford 15,000 pounds in tuition. Please, what part of Nigeria were you living in?
He didn't say that. It's true. He did not say that. But that's again not relevant. You know. Let's continue.
Nigerians that you say Nigerians cannot. Nigerians don't have.
John Tibino. Look at John's face. Look at John's face. Hello day. John, kilo day. Why, John? Why you like this? Oh, that neck. Hey, take it easy, John. Madam. Jesus.
Like the Nigerians that you say Nigerians cannot, Nigerians don't have 15,000 pounds. Who are the Nigerians? Like, what part of the trenches are you coming from?
All right. Madam, you're not the only one that knows how to shout. At that point in time, you lost. Okay. Okay, you will win the short-term game. Maybe you will yell over her and she will shut up. But short-term, yes. But respect, they happen from short-term. Respect is earned over time. Okay. The respect you earn in short term, meaning somebody just met you, they see you as a man. Just because you have prick, they give you respect. That one will be respect too. That one to be say like mutual respect, the one you collect from the streets. Regular respect that you get off of the street, you just pick up just because you're a human being. That's all that is. Okay. But the actual respect that you're craving for is a function of time, patience, self-respect, right? Consistency. Right, that's where respect comes. The one you're craving for, that's where it comes from. Right, you're not going to shut anyone down. The only thing you're going to gain is worse. Right, if they don't want to do yelling match with you, they might just shut up, but they can't respect you. Okay, because you have a need to yell before you can make a point. Let's continue.
What part of the trenches are you coming from? I want to understand.
Madam, relax.
I want to ask you. Madam,
relax. Madam, relax.
What did he say? Did he or did he not say that Nigerians cannot pay the 15,000?
Madam is upset.
That's the mindset he has.
Madam is upset.
Let me help you. He said Nigerians do not need English.
People don't listen, they just hear, unfortunately.
People don't listen, they just unfortunately he's successfully booty clapping for him. He loves it.
Are you done?
He did not
say
that
is free.
That's not what he said.
Madam, let me ask you a question. What he said, is it true?
Be free. Please bring another person that has something factual to say.
Bro, let me booty clap for you. You don't need all that. After all, you've made a mess of how we got here. Relax, okay?
Bro, relax. I got your back.
First of all,
look at Daddy Freeze. Look at the smile on Daddy Freeze's face. This guy love content. Die. Look at the smile on his face. But I don't blame him. I love content too. Jesus. What holler. Let's continue.
Paul, first of all, John, let me say this to you. Even Judas, Daddy Freeze, you want to agree with me on this? Even Judas had disciples. Even Judas had disciples.
All right. You know what she's trying to say there? I think this is what she's trying to say. I think. I think that's what she's trying to say. She's straight. Your booty clapping for him. Even Judas has disciple. Shame, insult, guilt, and needs to be right. Yes, women will pull that in at the appropriate time. All the time, 100% of the time, they will bring in shaming if you try to match them in energy. That's just the way it works. Okay. Who should we blame for that? If you have to blame anybody, yourself. Okay. If we have to blame anybody, it's yourself. Okay. I don't think we have to blame anybody. We can just see it for what it is. But if you insist that we have to blame somebody, we have to blame you for it. Okay?
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like Daddy Fizz has rightly pointed out several times. Okay? Now, the question is, I'm going to be very truthful right here, and I'm going to say this. Did the UK government already know about certain things and reasons that Nigerians are choosing to migrate? Absolutely, yes, they do. Of course they do. Absolutely, yes,
they agreed to something.
However, did they need one of us to confirm this information? Yes, they did. Now, listen to
they need you. She's right. As a matter of fact, the first knee-jerk reaction to the answer for me would have been like, no. But when I think about it, this is where power comes in, okay? Until you use your own mouth to run yourself into a hole, people really don't have power on you like that. They don't, okay? For the most part, people don't have power on you like that. This is why, again, Shalaye is a bastard. Resist the urge to mansplain, to ever explain yourself. It doesn't work. They need you to run your own mouth into the hole before they can have power over you, okay? Without you and what you say, people, institutions, the most powerful institutions in the world, they don't really have that kind of power over you. They don't. They need you to admit it. They need to divide you as a people before they can conquer you. That's what she's trying to say. But I think it's going way over their head. Let's continue.
Nigerians, aside from this person right here,
shout out to Daddy Freeze for the content.
The exact questions that he was asked. Why are Nigerians migrating in large numbers? Some of the responses have been, oh, Nigerians are family oriented. We have large families and we all want to come in together. We need support.
They are lying.
It doesn't matter if
he says they are lying.
There is a sense of patriotism. There is a sense of patriotism. You do not go out on national television and admit to our slave masters that we are coming to their country to do what?
Freeze, can you moderate? Daddy Freeze, can you moderate?
Do you understand that? Oh my goodness.
Daddy Freeze, can you moderate, please?
Hold on.
Daddy Freeze, now your life I join you.
No, just calm down.
Please. I didn't come from this unnecessary back and forth, honestly.
But in fairness to her, what she said is also what I said. And
of course.
And that is the place where you said it. Because we, like I said, we say this to ourselves. To be honest, there's a lot of truth in what you said. But don't take it to our colonial masters who are part of the reason why we are like this and go and tell them. I gave the example. You can't
to what end?
Your neighbor's house
to
girl.
What end?
You will.
And what were you hoping to achieve by saying what you said? What was the game plan? What was your game plan when you said what you said? Like, I don't understand. Was there any scenario in your head that played out that if I say this to them, they would respect Nigerians more? Did you have that scenario in your head for a second, or would it have a terrible effect on Nigerians generally?
Please moderate. Daddy Freeze, please moderate.
Let me tell you something. You are very long. I tried to get on your Twitter live. You didn't let us in. You mentioned that BBC people were listening on the live, that you had invited them. I needed to speak. I wanted to speak. I wanted to speak. You said people. I wanted them to hear me. You said people should hide because you think we don't have passports. You think we don't have British passports, so we are hiding. You're not even a British citizen. You don't even have papers because you cannot boldly tell us how you are dead.
Hey, Rolo, good to see you.
So that the BBC people would hear me talk and talk to you the way you deserve to be spoken to.
Now,
I am pained because Nigeria, that is free. We all know that this Japa process is not even a cheap process. This Japa process is for middle class only. Middle class only. People are spending their hard-earned money to try and migrate.
I'm sorry I had to remove her. I don't disagree with
she got removed.
But it's just that nobody else is getting a word.
She was loud.
Granny, calm down.
But I told you.
Calm down.
That's what happens.
We need to have a conversation. Emotions are high.
Let me see if I can move it forward a little bit.
Emotions are high, but I need us to be able to talk. My number 1, 2, and 3 get me. Where are my super stickers? Make them happen right now, right now, right now.
She was absolutely right.
Again, go buy my stars on
absolutely,
Facebook,
she was right.
Now that there's a bit of calm in the house, can I continue? So, John, you were trying to say something.
Can you turn on your camera? I want to say something to you.
Yeah. Come on the camera. Let me booty clap small a little bit.
I need to
respectfully. Let me booty clap small for you, Tiamiyu.
While I'm at it,
respectfully,
bro. This is a perfect opportunity for you. A lot of people have threatened you. A lot of people have insulted you. Seek asylum.
Seek asylum. Seek asylum. Let me pretend like I have green,
Asylum of all the things.
They don't know they're helping you. They're helping you. Of course, they're helping you. Seek asylum. The truth is,
I mean, they could be helping you, but it depends on what you do with what just happened.
But did you say the truth? You said the gospel truths. A lot of Nigerians don't need that masters for anything.
Yes.
They can get those masters in other university institutions in Nigeria. But the only reason why they are leaving is because they want to migrate.
And what's wrong with that?
We can't be fighting for a country when we want to elect leaders. We want our own person to be the leader, and yet we want to run away. No, we will stay in that Nigeria.
Is John in Nigeria?
Bro, you said the right thing.
Is he does anybody know if he's in Nigeria?
In the UAE. Am I against it? No. I'm 100% in support of it.
Wait.
Prison. Nigerians come with visas and refuse to go back. And that's
Does that not spell privileged person speaking? We spoke about this on Antibe's platform the other day. If you didn't have to go through some method of choices to Japa out of Survivor, please don't run your mouth. If you are a citizen, you were born here, you came here with visa lottery, everything seemed like it was handed to you on a silver platter, please don't run your mouth, okay? Now here's the issue. I know you will never have to deal with this issue at immigration levels, but because this is your mindset, at other aspects of life, you will run your mouth into a hole. You will hurt yourself because it's just the way you think, right? It's just the way you think, and you will basically transplant that mindset to every other areas of life, and you will hurt yourself in that process. And the sad thing is that you won't be able to link that mindset together with the way you were talking when it was immigration matter, because after all, immigration, you never had to deal with it, right?
But they said enough is enough. They're going to ban every Nigerian for getting visas in the UAE. Am I against it? No. I'm 100% in support of it. I'm 100% in support of it. The UK is not the first country.
He's doubling down.
Done that in the past.
That the freeze.
Okay.
That the freeze.
Anything else? John, can you please leave so I can bring somebody else? No problem.
Bro, thank you very much, John. Please send me a DM. I'll go follow you.
Please, John. Thank you for booty clapping for me so hard. I saw it. Follow me. I will follow you back. Leave me.
Because I can't do much.
You can't help Tiamiyu. Not like this. We can only create content and learn from it. Oh, we can't help him. He no go here. Coconut head no they hear. They won't hear until they hit rock bottom. And oftentimes when they hit rock bottom, they won't be able to connect it to this event. It will just look like a separate event, but it's the same mindset that got them there. Okay? They have an inherent disability. They can't see beyond right and wrong. That's all they can see.
Asylum, I would now. This is not about me, to be honest.
It's like, no, that booty clapping is too much. I don't need asylum.
Respectfully and calmly.
And so much. Before you bring another person, I have responses because the lady will come. Somebody said
maybe we'll say something that makes sense now.
No, don't bring her back, please. I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable with somebody who
me too. He me too. Her
argument. I don't. I joined your life because it is you. Do you understand? At least you go. Allow me talk. You go talk. Yeah. We go. This is a dialogue, right? And I have some responses.
He just me too. Her. I don't feel comfortable. Jesus.
There, I wouldn't have responded.
We are having.
He said I'm nervous. Now, the answer is yes.
Now,
because Mr. Blog Niger has captioned this thing wrongly, right? I know what happened.
At least he admitted to being nervous.
I know how.
Notion has been the centerpiece.
Oh Lord, Wahala.
How it's affect. Normally, I don't sleep, Baba. I have
very important things to do. So
if I am losing sleep, I'm having to drink water because I'm talking, right?
The laugh is nervousness. I think the laugh is nervousness. Is it? There's some people that have a permanent smirk on their face like that.
And I am being watched by 5-7. There's a lot of people on your life tonight. This is a very hot topic, right? If now they sit down, you are definitely going to be nervous. So the fact that I am nervous or that I don't feel 100% comfortable, it's nothing at all. It just shows that I am human. Because if 2,000 people are calling you a Lori Buruku, a part of you would think maybe you are. Right? So for the lady who came and was ranting, sorry, say paying you. I'm sorry. The apology that I offered is not because I feel like I said what was. He
said sorry. You say he paying you. Anyway, go da. His mouth is just bad. Oh, he said sorry. Say he paying you. But let me apologize. Let me give you a type of apology. Let's just.
Was not correct. The apology is because I know genuinely people feel uncomfortable because of what they watched. And what you watched is a snippet of the whole interview. If the BBC is going to do right by me, they'll post the whole conversation. But I'm sharing now, they'll post the whole conversation. And this is the problem with negative energy as well.
It's still doing shalaye.
This is the problem with negative energy. If you watch the full video,
he just called it. The negative energy is not coming from him, it's coming from everybody else. Okay, listen, he's not going to admit that he's wrong. That's fine. It's not fine for him, I'll tell you that much. But for us, it's fine. We can get some lessons out of this. But if you think this guy will admit to being wrong, almost impossible. Not when he's feeling attacked. Okay, almost impossible. Yeah.
1 minute thing that people are sharing. It started with, this is a guy who helps people come to Britain. What did that mean?
He wants candy. He's repeating again. Somebody please give him some candy.
You can pick like 10 people who are willing
sweet.
to
relocate. Call it sweet. What do you call it, UK?
Normally I would
give him some sweets
for my time, in speaking with people like this. I know they talk free. My time is not cheap. My time is not free and it's not cheap. I try to make it affordable for people who wants to reach me. But if you're able to pick, just for you to know that I'm not here to stop you, you can still come. And the problem is we're not even seeing the roots that have now gotten bigger attention, because as they close one, they open another. But because people just want to rant and vex, all right? This lady, I don't know her. We haven't spoken. So why am I going to get a personal?
Is he acting like a victim? Is that what's going on here? Is he the victim now? BBC does not care about you. They will cut and chop the interview so it is juicy. Exactly. Is he feeling like a victim? Is that what's going on here? Like this woman, I don't know how they attacked me. Oh, they yell blah 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 blah. They're attacking me, even though all I did was say the truth. I didn't do anything wrong. The only thing I did is I said the truth. This young man was a policeman. Is this a policeman? They said he's a policeman. I mean, this is just a security somewhere. Where was this? Is this the uniform of Nigerian police? I don't see gun, no. He was a policeman. He just jackpot, right? Wahala. Jesus. It's not gonna admit that he's wrong. That's just the honest truth.
Issue with her. The question now is, we have new opportunity. If you still want to move, there's still opportunity. They just close one door, right? So this is why I didn't even feel anything wrong, in actually sharing the context of why people stress so much to get 15K, 18K, 22K for a master's degree that they do not need. The word here is need.
How are you going to tell people if they need a master's degree or not? I mean, help me. Am I wrong? Are we, what's going on here? Like, you get to tell people if they need a master's degree or not? Unsolicited advice? I mean, is that how this works these days? What am I missing here? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Can people advise random willy-nilly? I tell you, can we just say that at a general scale? People just don't need this master's degree. Is that how that works? Is that how that works? Really? Let me show you this really quickly. Listen.
Like what I have been through.
Wait, what did he say? I don't.
Thank God I don't look like what I have been through. Thank God I don't look like what I have been through. I've been through a lot. If I need to get a tattoo, I'll tell them to write this country now. Wow, my head. This country now what? Now wow.
Wow, it was so excited. Was it Japa or something? This caption says, "This is MD Tiamiyu on his way to UK in September 2022. He entered the UK with same dependent route on September 2022. Less than 9 months after he entered UK, he closed the border against his kinsmen and lineage with his mouth." Ha! It's not good to talk too much. It's not good. Let me see here. Another one here. Let me see. Okay. Let's dive into this one here. Let's see. I have a few. Okay. I've taken the necessary steps. I have asked for help. I know all the names of all the people who have sent me threats and called me names. Explain the victim. Called me names. I have screenshot. Maybe thoughts in Yankee. You've probably heard like in Yankee, you can just call authority on people. They'll just come and pick you up. Don't be afraid. They can't do you nothing. Just call the police. They will come and pick them up. So all of you just be ready for the consequences that will come from it. Nobody they touch you, but they will drag you. I'll collect online first, no? Nigerian blogger MD Tiamiyu exposed to the BBT the latest student visa method most Nigerians now use to Japa to the UK. Once people sending him unpleasant messages about the impending calamity that will soon befall all of them. Hey, wow. I've seen comments about Nigerians don't like the truth. Okay, what? Okay, there's a lame comment here. I think there's a lame comment. Let's read it. I've seen comments about Nigerians don't like the truth. What are you guys saying? I schooled in the UK for 9 years. From my high school, A levels, BSc to both master's degree. We're not the only country who does this. Okay, so it's not a lame comment. It's saying, what are you talking about? Let me jump. If anyone is even thinking about relocating to other countries, newsflash, the entire world is watching and also going to start implementing things to stop people from migrating, and it's not going to affect Nigerians alone. I don't know what she's talking about. I don't know what she's talking about. Look at this video. Wake up, Jimasu. Wake up, Jimasu. I have no idea. He has the same. Does he have the same outfit all the time? I have no idea. Let me see. Okay, this is the original clip, 25 seconds. That became the brouhaha that we're talking about. Okay.
They need the degree as an accessory to.
Wait. Let's go back again.
Like they need the degrees. They need the degree as an accessory to come into the country. So a lot of these people get their priorities shifted real fast.
So it's really about getting into the UK.
Exactly.
And then not about the education.
It's not really about the education. Like they need the degrees.
It's not really about the education. It says.
Into the country.
It says it's not really about. What did Ellen Paul, comedian, says? Ellen Paul says, "Oh Lord, who is this? Speak for yourself. Our vision is not the same." Huh. These people.
The heart is God, oh, the heart is God, oh, the heart is God, oh. The heart is God, oh. The heart is God.
Speaking of not throwing our people under the bus, that was so bad of me. But there is God, though. There's God. Diarrhea of the mouth, exactly. He was playing victim. Should I not call him names? I don't know. Enough people have been calling him names. I'm not sure how much that's going to help. It's not going to change his mind. They said he apologized on Twitter. There's an apology here. I'm going to play in a second. Just because he doesn't need it for mean others no need it. Exactly. Obviously, he didn't learn jack from whatever you've been through or from his 9 months in the abroad. He's doing accent for us from Mutala. Was he about to fly? Yo, Walha. This guy Nabatsis the interview date. He's wearing the same. Bat since that day. Voila. It's too funny running his mouth. Who lose if them stop immigration? The country, literally, the country that stop immigration will lose, right? And the lames won't understand that. You know, it might be tough to get people to understand that. But yeah, the country loses. Life will not to say is he ordered those people. Okay, you're replying her. This one too they talk. Adebusla, well don't know. Welcome. This John is always backwards in his thinking. Oh, John is in Nigeria. We die here. Bye here. No wonder. I support them. Excuse me. Make I no joke. Let me play this last clip before I go back to Daddy Freeze, right? Let's see here.
About the education.
This is his apology.
Good morning, everybody.
Hold me,
This is not a standard video or the regular kind of video that I would do. I am doing this without any script or anybody telling me what to say and how to say it.
Okay.
I'm doing this from the reflections and the truthfulness of my heart. That if you have seen the interview/news feature, please, I am sorry for any inconvenience that this may have cost you.
Okay.
I am sorry for any inconvenience this may have cost you. If what you have seen, been circulated, what you watched, what we watched, has made you uncomfortable in any way at all,
thank you.
I want to say that I am deeply, 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 and sincerely sorry.
Okay.
And why do I say sorry? Because for whatever
what are you
pain
sorry for?
that you feel, I feel even more. Because if I meet you in person, if we're able to sit in the same space, touch you, probably, engage, there is nothing in my heart for you than love, progress, and positive support.
Wait. Are we apologizing? What's going on?
Who know me, who have met me once, wherever it is in the world, know that this is only what I've brought. There is no other motivation for me granting an interview,
okay,
than to highlight some of the challenges that we genuinely face as a Black community back at home and also in the UK, and actually to give an opportunity,
okay,
to me, who haven't been heard, to share our frustration with the people. Good morning, everybody.
Wait, where's the rest of it? Where's the rest?
Standard video or the regular.
I can't find the rest of it
that I'll do.
Anyway, the little we just heard. Okay, the little we just heard. Do you accept the apology? Right. Let me ask you, do you accept the little apology we just heard? As a fellow Nigerian, do you accept it? Well, I can't find the rest of the video. I'm not going to be looking for it. Do you accept? To be well, we're 4 hours 50 minutes in. Okay. Church Bibawo Olodo, it was laughter a minute earlier. I think it's a permanent smirk on his face. I thought it was until this apology. Wasn't laughing much, right? But he said he's not being influenced now, right? Right. Hey, Latu, good to see you. Right. Do we accept the apology? I'm asking you. Let me ask. Do we accept this apology? Oh, touch deeply. Compare his nasty ass attitude on that free show to his apology. Think about it. Do we accept this apology? Nigerians around the world. Mongo Park that was rescued from the back end of Kano as a field skit maker. Oh, he was. Listen, there might be more to this guy's story that I don't know yet, right? He put on his clown makeup for his apology, Mr. One Hoodie for life. Ankara hoodie. Oh Lord, let's see here. Do you? Hell no. It wasn't. I was trying to look for. I didn't want to nitpick it, right? Maybe the apology is, up to that point where it got cut off, right? Hell no, it was fake as hell. It was not sincere. He said deeply though. The deep didn't count. He said from the bottom of his heart. Nope. Jesus. You can't offend Nigeria. If you offend Nigerians, hey, I've been in and out. Someone should tell him to go change his shirt. Wahala. Deeply and truly fake ass apology. So we're not gonna accept it. Voila. Let's get to this.
Right. Neat. But
hello.
That the freak you're moderating.
Yeah, no, continue. I'm trying to bring in the people, so I'm allowing you to.
They say continue to the mission and free content.
Yeah. So somebody said no. Somebody said on Twitter.
Kizzy, I've sent you a request because you guys have been asking since.
He really should apologize for himself, allowing himself to be used as a pawn.
Bongoli is
agenda must agenda.
Somebody said.
Kizzy, I've sent.
He's not sorry.
Request. Mary, I've sent you a request. Mary Boone.
Wait, Ibolati Jasi,
I sent you a request.
Ibolati Jasi, Freeze is still trying to collect his money. Ibolati Jasi Simba you. Gist Lover said his mother made him the Ankara when he was coming. He has another color. I have the pictures. Hey, voila. So he's just changing them. Okay. Interesting. Let's see.
Somebody said there's no explanation that would be enough. I'm reading that.
Of course, or there. Some people are trying to tell you, but you won't hear it. The only thing you can learn from is learn. The only thing you can do with this is learn from it. There's no shalaye that's you're only going to get worse and worse and worse.
6,000 viewers. Now, somebody said there's no explanation that would be enough.
Nope.
I'm reading directly from a Twitter comment.
He's been reading comments. There's no shalaye that will get you out of this. The only thing that can get you out of this is time. And there's no complete getting out of this. The internet will remember what you did for the rest of the life of the internet. Okay, but let's get to this. Shout out to Bongoli. Bongoli shared some really, really cool stuff. I thought we should address
unnecessary bullying.
Unnecessary bullying. He was apologizing, but he's still playing the victim.
And for people who are able to listen, not just hear.
Another shaming tactic. Una know they listen. You just don't want to hear nothing. Gracious greatness is Nigeria, Black Americans, our Caribbeans are the best people at the roasting. Please don't offend all these ethnicities or you go collect woto. That's a fact. Anti-Biga receipts. He was excited to grant the interview. He doesn't understand that image matters a lot. He has two. He needs to wear the spare and put this one in the washer. Wahala. Show mama. Okay, I think it's show mama. It makes sense now. Show mama. Ola, this small boy called Tiamiyu, Tabi Kilotinkwe, is certainly the best definition of a foolish man. Oh my shield. He's too proud over nothing. Ola, you talk and finish. Nothing can help this. What's obsession with viewer counts? That's why he did the interview in the first place. He thought it was going to uplift his brand. I will tell you that much. That's what we thought it was doing, and there's nothing wrong with that. If somebody invites me to CNN or ABC News or something like that to come and speak, first of all, they better be inviting me on something that I'm a subject matter expert on. Okay. Number two, I better prepare myself beyond just book stuff, right? I better know what I'm talking about, because when you get exposed to that level, that if you have millions of people watching, you better know what you're talking about, right? And it better be much more than just book smart, book right and wrong.
You are getting some part of the context to this, and I'm still happy to help as many people as I'm able to help, because now they help where they help people. Make them even say, "Me, we talk to this guy." Not because
can somebody come out and say he has helped him?
Invited to speak because I was bashing Nigeria.
I'm sure he's helping someone.
So my goal is to elevate the country if I can. All right, but
all right, bro. Before I bring Bongoli on, my cap, buy direct from USA.com. Buy direct from USA.com. Anything you need in America: clothes, shoes, cars, watches, above. Yeah, follow me.
When I knew I wanted to form an LLC, I did a bunch of online research, and me being a technology.
All right, let's get back to it. Okay, so Bongo Lee has something to say.
Good morning, good evening, good night, everyone, and good day, my brother. I hope you're doing very well. Everybody has. Okay.
Because I'm supposed to be sleeping. I'm supposed to be sleeping.
Yes.
You can't sleep
firstly,
now.
my brother, when I watched that video,
I
spoke with a friend, and I told the friend that this guy actually must have done a 25 to 30 minute video, and they only took about 30 seconds of that video.
This is how
to
it
push
works.
a certain narrative. Now, one thing you have to understand very well is I'm a man of data, and these people look at data, and now they're about to push, or they have this policy that they're about to put in place, or they put in place already. And what do we go for? We go for somebody that is
somebody who is a mumu,
and then let that person be the person that the country where that person is coming from, they transfer the aggression towards you. So now nobody's transferring the aggression towards the government that put that policy, that's putting that policy in place. Everybody's channeling their grievance.
No sleep for the wicked, exactly.
My brother,
That's
this is
English.
not an insult anyway, but I think there's some naivety on your part. And that is why I always say that we as Nigerians,
That's an understatement.
need to
Naivety.
just have a little information as regards state of affairs. State of affairs will let you know, understand, and or realize that there is always a narrative. You see, these people have enslaved and colonized us for about 500 years. We think we are smart. We are not as smart as they are.
No. And this is and before he continues,
we are not as smart as they are.
We're not as smart as they are. We think because you know books, you don't cram all of the policies on Home Office. Is it Home Office or Homeland website? You're not as smart as they are. Okay, that's a nice way to say you be mumu. Okay, that's a nice way to say shut up.
Will you keep quiet?
Okay. If you read book finish, congratulations to you. You need this one more step, maybe two more steps. More likely like two more steps. There's application. That's the next best step. The next best step after that, another two steps. Like I said, two more steps. Application is experience. You don't know what you don't know. You know. You're not smart because you know books. There's more to it. There's more to it. I promise you. There's more to it. Let's continue.
Yeah, I will say that again. My brother, you see, I am a big proponent of stop demarketing Nigeria. A lot of us demarket Nigeria consciously and
unconsciously. Don't be so quick in front of strangers.
BBC has contacted me before. I shouldn't be saying this, but I'll say this here. During the election period, BBC contacted me at the back. They wanted me to say some certain things, but I said,
had that
no,
clout on
I
you.
want to be visualized. I want to be seen. I want to be visualized and all of that. And then they pulled back. They pulled back during the election period to say some certain things as regards my candidate at the time. So we need to go back to our Nigeria's history. We need to look at what they did to Jaja Afokpobo. You know Jaja Afokpobo's story? You know his story? Jaja Afokpobo was the man that was the middleman between the British trading with the hinterlands. Into the hinterlands. He was the middleman. And after a while, when they saw they were not making profits, they took him out. They put him on a ship and sent him away to the West Indies. And on his way back, something else happened. They got him. This is history. We should never forget history. History has taught us a lot. And however, history keeps having a lot of students because history keeps repeating itself. Now, the other person I would like to bring up is the history of Lagos State also. Lagos, not Lagos, Lagos. Oba Kosoko and Oba Akintoye, when they were fighting, they went with Akintoye to fight against Kosoko, right?
Mute to now. What is wrong with these people? Someone is talking.
And let them come in. You need to know. When they got Dosumu, Dosumu went to sign and let them come in. You need to realize that they are saying that you are doing something great, and they played on your naivety, respectfully. See,
They paid for your naivety. He said respectfully.
You need to realize that they are saying that you are doing something great, and they played on your naivety.
They preyed on your naivety. That's what he said. They preyed on your naivety. It's real love. Hey Vanessa, thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the £20 support. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. She says, well done, bro. Allah, for the consistencies you're putting on here and on ATB show. May God continue to bless both of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Wow, thank you so much, Vanessa. I appreciate that. Lady says, thank you so much. Emotional intelligence, social intelligence, man says, God will bless your home family because you're a gift to this upside down world where we did now. Thank you, I appreciate that. Gracious Greatness says, the guy no understand the small print or all aspect of litigation, legalized, and everything to do with the law regarding foreigners, naturalization, citizenship, and the law surrounding. Those things are like there are books upon books, text, characters upon text upon text. For a reason. It's much more complex than right and wrong. Definitely, absolutely. Let's get back to the juice here, right?
Respectfully.
Respectfully.
It is not every time, and this is not to you, but to everyone else that's watching us here. It is not every time you carry your phone and be saying you are creating content. Your content may be detrimental to the success of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We need to understand there's always an agenda. Look at what the Vice President-elect said.
There's always an agenda.
Said, and I quote, that was 2 days ago, as regards the refinery. He said, Africa is not all about poverty. Africa is not all about wars. We are actually commissioning a refinery, one of the largest refineries in the world, maybe number 7 or number 8 in the world, 650,000 barrels per day capacity.
It's number 1 in the world. That's the last thing I checked. But also beyond that, what's the population of people, the population of Africa? We know that Nigeria has about 200 million by itself. You really think that we're the way you think is you really think we're a burden to the rest of the world? That's how you think? That's really what you think this is? Thank you so much for the £5. Thank you so much for your support. Gracious greatness. Thank you. You know what time it is. I have to. I'm sorry. For now, I have to. Okay? I have to. So, like I was saying, do you really think we're a burden to the rest of the world? Is that how you think this works? Why? Because Africa is so poor. There's such a burden. They come there to drop food for them. Yeah, they're just a burden to the rest of it. Is that how you think? Yeah, if that's how you think, you have a lot to learn. Let's continue listening to Bongoli, DJ Bongoli.
Very complex refinery, one of the most complex refineries in the world, but they didn't put it up. There is a narrative.
There's a narrative.
There is a picture they want to paint, and they looked for you.
If you don't have your own agenda, don't go there. Okay? If you don't have an agenda that will build your own people, don't go on other people's media platform to tear down your own people. Don't do it. The best you can get out of his attention, maybe some super chats. Okay? But eventually, it's going to catch up. Okay, you're going to need people. You're going to need your relationships. Don't be so quick to throw your wife, your husband under the bus, the opposite, because you want to speak the truth. After all, it's the truth. Let me just speak the truth. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. They're easy. There's more to it. There's more to it. There's always more to it. There's always an agenda. If you don't have an agenda, if you don't understand the agenda and you don't have your own agenda, maybe you should calm down. If all you have is the books you read, maybe you should calm down first.
And they got you, and you played right into their hands. You would understand that they were only looking for sound bites, and they carved it to fit their narrative. So it is you, the Nigerians, who come for. And lastly, let me butter your ego a little bit. So that we are not all hypocritical here. You sounded like somebody that is leading, not sounded like somebody that's fighting for survival. Most of the
privilege
people that are facing you, that are coming at you,
privilege,
people that are fighting for survival.
Thank you.
This guy has blocked my way of going a certain way. But remember, you were just debates. You were just debates, respectfully, sir, because they have this data. I am a data-driven guy. I love data. Data never lies. Data never lies. So they looked at the data, they looked at your videos, they looked at all of the things that you were doing, all of the great, because I am seeing people that I respect a lot that are coming on this.
They look at your video, they say you only look in one direction. Let's use this one to push our narrative. BBC say you be mumu man.
You are a mumu man.
Let's use him. That's what happened right there. They looked at some of your content, they could hit this one. Let's use this one. Thank you, Jarenini. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You know I have to. I have to. I have to. Thank you so much for the $20, Natu. Thank you. I appreciate you. Chinye says, when a Nigerian tells you respectfully, you're about to collect with the Yep, exactly. Thank you so much for the support, Natu. Natu has a business. Please support Natu. Natu has a business called Qualisa.ing. Just go support her. Go find her on Instagram. She sells. I'm gonna put it here. I think I remember. Tell me if I'm correct, okay? Qualisa.ing. Go support her on Instagram. She's selling fragrance and things like that. So check her out up there. Thank you so much, Natu. I appreciate you. Let's get back to some of this. Let's see.
Platform and say you have been doing great things for them in giving them good advice as regards relocating abroad. I have a problem with that anyway because of brain drain. You are giving them advice to take the best brains out of Nigeria. And therefore, I want to come back to Nigeria anyway, but that's another conversation. You are for now, you go stay where you did. For your own reasons. Their quota. Remember, there was what did they call it? Brexit. A lot of what's it called? Labor left the UK. Now let us fill that quota. Nigeria spent about almost $2 billion, about $2 billion annually on education tourism, on healthcare tourism. Annually, we're spending about $1.2 billion US. They have gotten that quota. They have gotten the amount.
Everything is all a quota.
So now to go back to status quo. And who is the best person to use?
It's all a quota. That's it.
This could be a blessing, and this could be a curse.
Yes, it could be. It could be a blessing. It could be a curse. Right? That's how life works. It's never what you're seeing. Yes, so my people, thank you so much. I appreciate all of the support too. We're making it rain today. Thank you so much. Wait till we have Gracious Greatness say John said earlier now house price costs I don't know what that means, but I know what time it is. While I don't do like this, Shinya says, I truly enjoyed your show today. Well done, all. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, let's get back to some business here. Eventually, I will have to put all the super chats together and do them all at once. But let's get back to it. Thank you for the support. It means a lot. Thank you. I appreciate you. Let's continue.
But however it is, you have learned a lesson. You are very popular.
Popularity. Cheap fame. Yeah, they will never forget you, but this popularity, this fame will disappear in a few days. We'll move on to something else.
Record. You are more popular than her. I've said it because yours is survival. A lot of people are seeing this as a survival, and I want people to remember that this man is.
That's a good point. There's a difference between when you're speaking, yawning, dusty stuff from privilege, and when a lot of people, this is a survival for them. Okay, the only thing you can do is policies around the quarters to, obviously you got to maintain certain quarter for the nation, whatever nation we're talking about. But speaking from a standpoint of truth, right and wrong, yeah, there's so much more about life that you need to learn, and that's what I think he's telling him. You know, he put it probably nicer than I would. You know,
it's not the problem here. This man here is not the problem. They use what they've been using for us since the 15th century on him. They have this data already.
Divide and conquer.
They
know what they know, but they need you to run your mouth to make it, to solidify it.
1,000 Nigerians went in. 61,000 Nigerians were the, what you call them, the dependents. They have all this data. They are done with all the money. Now it's like, okay, let's close shop. Because remember, the UK is on double-digit inflation. We are adding population to their population. We want to
listen.
Do we want to
Bongoli did well. He did well.
Use people like you.
He's yawning. You need to see this. You need to see this. Oh Lord, let's see. Oh Lord, bó ṣe gba apá òsì wọlé ló gba títọ̀ tún jáde. Bó ṣe gba tọ̀tún wọlé ló gba tòsì jáde. Watch this, watch this. This guy is yawning. He's not listening. It's too this range no fit. He does not have the range for that conversation.
Coming back again because of this renewable energy. They will use people like you and I. Me, I will not let them shout. Me, I know the game they are playing. They will use us again because
they will use us against ourselves. This is how it works. Okay, understand how it works. Blessed says, thanks for all you do, Allah. I've learned so much from listening to you. Don't stop creating content for us, so you're changing lives. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. A round of applause for all of you today for the support. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, it is yawning. It can't.
Oil. They will stop doing oil.
It's
and
sleepy.
they are doing renewable energy.
Baba, you didn't English.
They are here again already.
You know
they are
one
already
here.
signing deals, lithium, cobalt, and coal.
The guy's like, that wasn't my intention. What is all this English now? Bongoli, Oyinbo iti poju. Why are you doing like this to
That's
me?
the next stage now.
Okay, Bongoli.
Yes, sir.
I want to bring in Shizzy so she can quickly say what she wants to say.
Let's go to say.
Oh, you're welcome to begin what you want. Policy.
That was a bit of a history lesson from DJ Bongoli. Over to you. Jeez, are you?
Me, DF, you know that me, I'm on this. I don't know. Hello, what's his name again? Tiamiyu or what? Sorry. Sorry, and everybody has in like
Tiamiyu, but that's Tamiu. Let's just call him Tamiu. I think the I is silent.
I insulted you because you don't know what it's like to bring people all the way from Nigeria.
He has no idea.
Okay, you don't know what it's like.
He has no idea.
You have a like now, you only
all he can focus on is that is wrong.
Every other Nigerian.
Because they don't need the degrees.
Because you don't wear the shoe. Each and everybody comes there, they wear the shoe.
One ear, the other one. Yawning.
Coming down from the UK, leaving Nigeria to the UK. I have a sister that just came in. My blood sister just came in here last year, December.
Well, we have to give it up to him. It's listening now. It's listening.
That's a lot of money to come here. After the end of her master degree program, she's going to get a good job to start working here.
Yes.
That's a lot of money. She did not come here. Okay, fine. She came here to get a good life for herself and also get a good job for herself. Yes.
Came here to have a bad life.
She's going to end up using that certificate. You cannot just speak for one person.
To pay taxes to that nation. One brain. Right? At the end of the day, she's going to use that certificate to feed the system. She's going to spend a certain amount of thousands of dollars every 5 years in the cafeteria, at the vending machines. All those vending machines will pay taxes. She will pay toll gates. She will pay to register her car, right? All of that. She might never go back. She might never go back. Okay, the prayer for every nation is that it's so good you're attracting people inside, that to a point you now start to do quota. How many people do we bring in? How many people should we bring in? How many, you know?
So you cannot just speak for the whole Nigerians saying that they come here because they want to better their life. Something is going on with my phone. I don't know, my phone is hanging.
She's not hearing herself.
Like,
Auntie is preaching. He already heard this. But let me go shout out D-Love real quickly. D-Love is our number one. Nothing will take your position in Jesus' name. She's our number one member on this platform. She said, "This is mine. I must not carry last in the make it rain day money." On MOP, salute, bro. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You know they carry last now. Of course not. Of course we won't carry last. Let's do it. Today not today, but thank you so much for ladies and gentlemen. So again, this guy, there's another bass boss that's coming, and I want to make sure that we catch that. Okay, there's another bass boss coming, so please pay attention real quickly. Let's keep going.
Check the picture. You discover that this person they are calling slave queen, they're only trying to drag her out. She's not a slave queen because
wait, let me hear this
news.
It's not. I didn't. I just
what you watch
on Instagram. I didn't know what it was. That looked like an interview.
Wait. He's about to call out that there are. You know what? You watch only 25 seconds. Did you watch the whole thing? But have you watched all of the live stream we've done on your head? I doubt it.
On the TV, so it looked like an interview. They were interviewing you.
They were interviewing me, but what you watch?
Yeah, they were asking questions. They were asking
you use your mouth to talk.
It's a news feature.
Okay. He wants to educate us.
Is a news feature. I don't know how to differentiate it, but anything for the news, right? The same way Instablog will just say slave queen, blah blah blah, went to fight, and then when you check the picture, you discover that this person they are calling slave queen, they are only trying to drag her out. She's not a slave queen because
that's such a terrible analogy.
News. Now,
such a terrible analogy.
In the best and the most honest manner I could. If it came out as an interview, we would not be having this conversation, and I will not be having all these people following me.
Tomorrow we'll chat tomorrow. Let's do panel tomorrow. Come through tomorrow.
The reporter asked
tomorrow
and what I said.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Right? Because in my own head, I was even already editing it. You know, but that difference. You know,
tomorrow we're gonna do pull up day. So pull up tomorrow.
I do professional film edits, right? I edit all. I did.
This guy is full of it. He's using it. Does professional film edits to say nonsense. Nonsense.
Like that is whoever is thinking like that. That's a small mind.
Whoever
is thinking like
because everybody's after you because
I don't block anybody's pathway. Whoever is thinking like that is whoever is thinking like that. That's a small mind.
I told you, it's they here earlier. It was yawning. Now it's pushing against this young lady.
Whether it's an interview or a news or whatever.
Maybe the lady should leave it to the man. Bongoli did a good job. He was able to listen to Bongoli, right?
Just the same way you went there, just go there the same way and ask for Nigeria. Apologize to Nigeria. Do that same BBC. As just the same way you went there. Because that's the way you
would not like to go back to interrupt you, but here is it. Wait. A decision as I'm not the UK government. I'm not even close. This power that you people think I have, I am not the UK government.
You don't have the power. Then why did you say such thing on the?
The point is that he doesn't have any power. That's the point we've been trying to make.
I said for a 30-minute interview. The problem now is the news feature took what he wanted to take. All right, it took what he wanted to take to suit an agenda. I have picked the message that the media is the media. You know, I have picked the lesson that the media is the media.
That's the lesson he got from all of this. The media is the media.
Hey, how you meet me, but me?
That's all he got out of this. It's basically saying all of them now. Bala blue, blue, blah.
Different from bala blue, bulaba.
When I just collect just like that, just like you just, if you've been commenting on this gentleman that he's wrong, blah blah blah, for hours upon hours, we're what, 5 hours, all of us, we just collected.
Sorry.
They said, I get the lesson. Media is the media. Don't be juju with that. Hey, not juju. Hey, Grace, I salute Una. Make it rain. Ha, easy. Thank you, my guy. Thank you. Let's dance a little bit. Because I need to. Walawa, learn she buy nothing, right? He wasn't gonna learn anything anyway, because again, when people feel attacked, it's very hard to learn in that space. Would think this boy has power. Come on, but let me play this for all my members. I know Shio Mama is a member with us here. For all our members, which we have quite a few members now, starting with our first, I'm gonna play this for you. Thank you so much for being a member here. I appreciate you. Yeah, I want professional film editor here. Well done. Oh God, you now their method be that too. Courteously destroying, divide and rule, using us against each other, especially if we have senseless people like Tamiu. Please, let's not fall for this. Exactly. Wait, yeah. You guys are on something today, I see. Laugh my ass out, that man's dancing skills. Who is he? You don't know who that is? Really? You don't know? You don't know who that is? Alright, let's do. Now the play. Do you want us to continue the session or not? Abby, I'm not complaining though, but I'm saying, you want us to continue or not? Alright, the person you're looking at, his name is Portable. Portable is class act.
All right.
And
yeah,
welcome.
What are your thoughts?
All right, because I want to sleep as well.
You want to sleep?
Do you need sleep?
You don't need sleep. I don't know if you can sleep.
Why can you not sleep?
I wonder how you can sleep. Yeah, because it's so painful.
Okay, sorry.
This whole thing is painful. It's just like you sold Nigerians out. Period. You sold us out. Yes, you sold Nigeria out. You sold us out. Whether you like it or not. So just go back there. And
that's both loading.
Because I know people come here to work. Not just to come here and fight for them. They come here to also for survivor. Yes, we all know that.
Hold on.
For nothing.
Let me tell you something. I go lie, you.
Hey guys, what if you could own vacation homes all across the world in areas that you love to visit with your friends and family, yet you could...
That's so...
I'm so disappointed.
The guy no lie.
Look at that freeze.
Yes,
how is that relevant?
So what happens after their education? Hold on. I'm not here for sponsor. I'm not here for the. I'm not here for not.
This decision was taken weeks ago. One. Number two, our problems are beginning to overwhelm other nations. The UK is only the beginning.
That's not how that works, Daddy Freeze. Daddy Freeze is talking out of his ass right now.
What about the Indians? They're not the only ones. The Indians too as well.
Wait. You see, we are 200 million people. No country can contain 20 million people and not collapse. If you take 20 million people to Canada today, Canada will shut down.
That's not how that works, Daddy Freeze. That's completely not relevant to the topic at hand. Yeah, it's not relevant. Okay, if there's not enough room, they will come over and take over your continent and will continue to rule you. That's the part of this conversation we need to be paying attention. If there's not enough land to contain them, they will come and invade and take over, because at the end of the day, it's not about, you think these people really think this is about food. Oh my god. I'm looking for a comment from Natu earlier. I need to read it out. It's very important that we read this out. Laugh with Natu say, I had a session with my therapist today and I had to give credit to Man of Prestige and his platform, because the growth made the woman to keep asking me what changed. I said emotional intelligence. So shout out to you, Natu. That's a big deal. That's a big testimonial. That's a very, very big deal. Thank you so much for sharing that. I appreciate you. All right, let's continue.
20 million people to the US. The US, do you know the US is at the brink of almost famine? They don't even know what they are inside. 20 million Nigerians is 10% of our population.
This guy has no idea.
Enter the UK like they are planning to.
He has no idea.
10% of our know what they are inside. 20 at the brink of shutdown. Million people are not collapsed. If you take 20 million people to Canada today, Canada will shut down.
That's so not true.
The US, do you know the US is
he has no idea.
Almost famine. They don't even know what they are inside. 20.
He has no idea how many decades of years of reserve that these great nations have. He has no idea. Common sense is such a terrible guide. I know on paper, if you bring 20 million to a place, suddenly... Dude, that's not how life works. Oh my god. Where do I start from? I be make I start the young too. Where do I start from? You really think that the Canada depends on the food they have right now in stock? That's how this works? Right? That the
million Nigerians is 10% of our population. If they enter the UK like they are planning to,
obviously there will be an active crisis, but obviously whatever examples you are giving right now is unrealistic. It's not going to happen anyway. Why come up with unrealistic extreme examples if it's not? Why bring that into a I don't understand. Why bring that into a conversation? Right? I make fun of it all the time. So like it's the way Mexico is right now, right? If Nigeria day there, we'll go adjust accordingly. The reality is that Nigeria no day there.
Let me tell you, at least half of Nigeria is planning to migrate. It is going to be a catastrophe to the nations abroad. Whether we like to tell ourselves the truth or not, I don't agree.
That is so not. Not only is that not the truth, that is such a lame talking point. That is not the truth. Okay, that's just a limited, your limited outlook on how powers work in this life that we live in. That's all it is, at best. It's too far from the truth.
Addressing these things
It's common sense. I agree.
amongst ourselves, so it doesn't get.
We Nigerians, I'm saying we Nigerians in this United Kingdom. I don't know. I'm just saying my own mind. We don't love ourselves. You see, the Indians, they will never do this thing. They will never ever do this thing. Things I've experienced in this UK. They will live in Nigerians. We don't love ourselves. We are our own killers.
That's what this conversation is about. Stop throwing yourself under the bus.
Later, we'll be like the government. We do not love ourselves. And then later, we'll be like the government is the government. It's we ourselves that we are going to kill our own self.
Fixing our country. It's an embarrassment to us.
It's a stupid talking point when you're talking about the whitey. It's a stupid talking point. It's not relevant. And Louis Farrakhan should not be beating you to that part of the conversation. Stop it. Blessed to say, I just saw your comment live with Natu, and oh my God, same here. I graduate tomorrow, and I swear Allah has taught me so much about life than I have learned in the last 4 to 5 years I spent in college. Wow, blessed. That is awesome to know. That is so awesome to know. Thank you for sharing. Thank you.
Of that a nation that started off in 1960 in wealth. We had oil, we had groundnuts, we had cocoa, we had rubber, we had cola nuts, we had crude oil.
Guess what? Oyinbo people know that you have them too. Oyinbo people know that you don't value them too, that you're probably going to throw yourself under the bus in any opportunity you get in a talking point. They know it too. And they will perpetuate it. They will go and find Tamiyu to help them perpetuate it because they kind of need you to kind of agree. See, that's part of you also saying it too. That's also one of you saying it. Can't you? Why can't you be like him?
And then all of a sudden, we are the gutter of the world, running to everywhere to get out of the mess we created.
The moment you stop throwing yourself under the bus, that's the moment you stop becoming the gutter of the world. Because guess what everybody else do? They edify themselves, right? Every other group of people in the world. Listen, if you can search online, there's echo chamber are not that quiet. They are loud enough. If you search, let's go and find where black Chinese men are throwing themselves under the bus. They do their own fair share, but it's probably not at the level. It's not the way we do it. Okay, listen. Every group of people in the world, they have a way of throwing themselves under the bus. They have that sector that tend to, but the idea is to suppress them. And we need more people that will highlight all the greatness that we are as black people, right? That's what we need to be doing. The first viral video that I had on this platform, we're talking about Tariq Nasheed and the whole FBA, Foundational Black American ADOS conversation. I said, hey, we need to come together. Did you know that there are black people that came in these comments trying to throw me under the bus because they just can't wait? Nah, let's just speak the truth. As long as it's the truth, it doesn't matter. It's their business how they swallow it.
Yet we have 5 churches on every street praying to God from morning till night.
Let's move on.
Hi everyone watching. Okay, honestly, what he said, yes, agreed. It's the truth. But then again, in life, you don't burn the bridge because you know how to swim. How did you get to that country?
Don't burn the bridge until you know how to swim, man.
Right?
Hey, mama.
You got there.
Wawa's new ciabatta sandwiches.
Don't burn the bridge until you know how to swim. Relax. I know you think you have the truth. Relax.
You got there, and now you feel like.
For every Olori that entered this country, that entered UK, they paved the way for you. Shut your ass up. Every time you feel like, hey, I read everything, I know everything, and you have no experience, shut up. Shut up. Okay? Listen. It's not going to listen. I'm just talking to us here, right? Okay? It's okay to say I know something. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you shouldn't say it. I'm just saying make sure you know something first. Make sure you have some experience. Okay?
Now you feel like you can grant every interview.
Advice.
Even that the freeze
Interview.
as big as it is, there are some things
And
that I
that freeze is
cannot reveal
big.
here, but there are interviews that, as small as I am, he sends them to me, and then he tells me, Ada, do you think I should? Honestly, I don't feel.
Who is Ada? Is it an assistant to that freeze or something?
Like, with my young brain, I tell him no, DF, and he says, okay, I'll get back to you. Even this place you went to, they've contacted him for a certain interview that he turned down. Is it that he doesn't know how to speak English?
Mm-hmm.
But for the fact that
it's not as
into Nigeria out there, because there are some places you get to, there is no how you would avoid answering those questions, because in the main reason, the main sense, that was why they invited you there. And you know definitely the state of the country. Yes, I agree with that. It's high time we fixed our country. But in all honesty, that we cannot achieve that this year. It's gonna take Nigeria maybe 30 years, maybe 50.
It's gonna take generations. It's gonna take generations, and it starts with shifting our mindset. Okay, I'm not saying that we shouldn't have moral standards and stuff like that. There's a place and time for everything. Your identity is attached to the people you come from. Okay, it speaks volume when all you want to do is just, just throw people under the bus. It speaks volume. Okay, it's a you issue, usually, because it's a function of your outlook on life. It's basically how you see things at the end of the day. Because for everything that you have something negative to say about your own source, right? There's somebody that sees the best in it. Maybe it's just the rubber, maybe it's just the cocoa, the cash crops that they see in you, maybe it's just the petroleum that they see on you, but they can see something that you can see. They can see the things you refuse to edify, right? But they also need you to feel subjugated, to continue to be a victim. They need you to feel that way, so you can they can distract you from edifying it, right? The point is that if you have to call us out and you want to correct something, say dodo, right? A rat that has belly button, you cook that in your house. If you cook that in public, people are like, that's weird. Why are you cooking a rat that has belly button? That's so weird. Right? But if you cook in your house, nobody will see it. If you have to check your people, you have to check your women and stuff like that, there's a way to do it. If you have to check your men, there's a way to do it.
A near comfortable state. How much debt are we currently owing? Even the incoming president would not clear our debt. Let's start facing the
That's
reality.
a useless effort anyway.
And then you expect young people with bright future, like the people in the medical field, to now end their career here after spending 7 years plus strike, to now be working and be earning 150,000 naira. No, these people want a better life for themselves and for
precisely
the country. When they're out there, they get to now set up businesses here that will employ other people that are here. You cannot open your own business earning 150,000 naira monthly.
Oh, that's
well.
This is interesting. Let me see. Let's assess this. Okay. No, she said don't burn the bridge because you know how to swim. Yeah, so she's even better. So even when you know how to swim, don't burn the bridge. Even better. Right? Even better.
Outrightly wrong. And right now, I don't think there's any form of damage control that will work, because these people, they are watching. They definitely see this video, and when you go back tomorrow to say you're doing damage control, they will say you're saying this under influence. They saw the live, they saw people bashing you. They are not like us. These people work. They carry out researches. They watch this.
They take their time.
Data. They have facts.
They take their time. We're not saying that you can't use paper and all this pragmatic knowledge and research. We're not. But make sure you're doing the research. Make sure you're not discounting a major variable like emotions, like people's emotions, right? Make sure that Gracious Green said also, let's be honest here, the Western nations' birth rate is decreasing. So if Nigeria, one of the nations with a younger average age, what will it do to replenish the population of this of those nations? Because it's a number of people thing. Yeah. Previous comment is what I would direct back at what Daddy Freeze just yeah. They need dude, stop talking from your... All right, let me be respectful to my elder. Daddy Freeze is my elder in content creation. I get accent too. However, if they ask me certain questions, they're gonna get a no comment or I plead defeat from me. BBC, yes, and we're gonna play an example of that before we end the session. I'm gonna play the gentleman Dr. Okorocha before we leave because I thought that was a good example. That's a good place to start from.
Not like Nigeria that conducts census after 20 or 30 years. Since I was born, I've never been counted. I don't think Nigeria actually know that I exist. Maybe BVN. And I have my mates that have kids. So we have plus 10 million people that we don't know of. We don't work with data, but these people do. So with the amount of Nigerians that are there, they'll carry out this research and then they shut down the door, shut down the window of people coming in and then hindering destinies just because of an interview that you granted that would have been...
It's going to be like, I didn't do anything.
...avoided. So I don't know what level of damage control you're going to do that will work. You just have to do
It's better that you just shut up. That's the only solution.
So sad.
Just shut up. That's
it's
it.
not everything you grant. DF declines a whole lot of interview.
Just ask questions. That's what I said. Who did you find out from? Who did you ask questions? Who did you get advice from before granting this interview?
And we should all go.
Go and reflect.
Say something. Thank you for sharing.
But I just want to...
Sometimes you just be like, I'll let you have the last word. Just shut up. I am speaking from experience. Just shut up. Okay? There is no Shalaye that's going to save this guy. First of all, it's not going to listen. That's number one. We know that, right? Okay, it's not even going to listen to that. Let's continue.
Hey,
yeah.
If you're watching on TikTok, remember to buy my market. If you're watching on Facebook, there are 6,800 of you watching on Facebook.
All right, guys, I get it.
Right, can I say
like another
can I say something? No, shut up.
For Daddy Freeze, scroll down to today's video.
Sorry, and then you go on most. You're not feeling
the people that
don't give yourself
now some credit. Honestly,
watch this. Bass Boost is loading. This is gonna be funny. I think I saw this earlier.
Yeah.
Let me give.
We should honestly.
He doesn't want to round up. He has a urge to Shalaye. He doesn't want to round up. I know he was yawning, but it wasn't yawning because Bongoli was preaching to him. You know, like, right? No, he has a urge. He needs to explain himself.
I think part of what I did on my own part, I need to give myself some, how do you call it now?
She was
some
good.
Credit.
Don't give yourself a call.
You want to give yourself credit.
Calm down.
You say you want to give yourself credit. You don't trigger the auntie. Let's go.
The people that make the country know themselves now.
He's managed to trigger the auntie. Hey, Jesus. Me too, I want to go and sleep. Oh, Jesus. Listen. It's triggered the auntie. Let's hear it.
Calm down. I didn't interrupt you when you were talking.
Remorse. That's my annoying part. You should be feeling remorse. You're not feeling remorse at all for what you do.
You can't force people to feel remorse though.
Why did you even do this? Why did you even do it?
Well,
you don't give yourself credit for what? What are you giving yourself credit for what? Just say your story and then you go to BBC and debunk what you've said. That same way they better the interview. Just go back there and tell them that it's not true.
No, shut up. That's a terrible advice. Don't go back there. Don't do it. Okay? Resist the urge. Don't do it. It only get worse. Those ones won't even pay attention to you anyway. BBC now your mate. I beg. Like they are running multi-million-dollar operation and they will let me help you correct your. sit down. So unless you say, let me curse Nigerians out more, they're full of, maybe they will want to put you on the news if you because we don't work or if you act mad or something like that and they see they can put the camera in your face so you can act more mad to help them push their narrative, sure. But if you go in there and be center forwarding yourself because you want to shalaye, they will just like, go sit down somewhere. It's a terrible idea. Terrible idea. And speaking of gracious greatness, exactly, there are certain conversations that should be kept in house. Have those intimate conversations where you correct your family, friends, where you care about in privacy. Listen, there's some things that I'm taking to my grave that I will say to my wife. I will never come and share with you here. I promise. Allah. Okay. There's nothing you're going to make me. There's no how you're going to. There's no amount of super chat. Okay. Cause now go throw me under the bus. Not you, the other one. Not you, okay? The other one. Okay. But you get the gist, right? There's some things you just don't like. There's some things that belong in beer parlor and no cameras. Stop being so quick, pull out the camera and start filming because somebody says something interesting. It's the same people that follow you that say, oh, we see the people you are hanging out with. Let me give you an example. We talk about the red pill a few times here. Did you know that people are saying, oh, we see the people you are hanging out with? And I just, guess what I did? Shut up. You're not going to convince that person otherwise. It's not going to help. It doesn't help. I promise you. Let them be right today. Okay? For a moment, give it to them. Sometimes you should say, like, I'll give you the last word. I'll give you the last word. Go ahead. Thank you. I appreciate your comments. Learn how to do that, especially you gentlemen. Learn how to say, I'll give you the last word. You can have the last word. I promise you, if you give people the last word, everyone is not going to fall out of the skies. I promise. Okay? Now here we'll go day tomorrow.
Is damage control? I don't know. You just go back there and say what you said.
She's not listening. She said earlier her phone is not functioning well. Yeah. Yeah, that the first assistant was. I like what she said.
£18,000 to bring my sister here and come in to tell me trash.
Now market too.
You speak for yourself. Next time, don't speak on behalf of Nigeria. You speak for your own self.
You want to go and debunk.
Don't say that. Don't
calm down. I know it's painful.
He triggered the auntie now, and auntie's phone no dey work properly. Remember when she came on?
I don't want to use that. Don't even
Oh my auntie yẹn gbẹ̀ngbẹ̀ng. Oh my auntie yẹn. She's triggered.
Don't give yourself no.
Yes, don't stop her.
Just go back there and debunk what you said. That's on period.
She's on period. On period?
Hey, go sit down, Jerry.
Talk to you later. I can see that this vex. I never see Tizzy vex like Tizzy when no they vex.
Oh, so she's a regular, huh?
Oh, it's someone you know personally.
Yes, now in audience be that now. Otunbere a stupid question. That's his audience. That's his regulars. It's somebody you know personally. Go get it. Oh my show.
In all honesty, I mean, I have had opportunity to speak at platforms. You know.
No, you haven't. You've been doing shalaye.
Small, big things. in my own
really?
rights.
I should start comedy.
And,
yeah, right. Thank you.
Regarding scope, because I knew that this is the BBC, and it's.
He wants to give himself a little credit.
So
I should pat myself on the back.
Really clear, you know, about what was going to be discussed. And I did ask for a brief. I asked twice. And they promised they were going to send it until everything was scheduled and we had to have the interview. Normally, I would, even if you invite me to speak at your event, which I grant event a lot, there's a form that you fill, you tell me how many people are coming, who is in the audience, women, men. I actually do all of these things. But whatever would happen, I also explained that if the BBC has their time,
even if you come to speak at an event, wait.
I would ask for it, and they post my interview. Because
this guy said even if you come to speak at an event, right? We ask for what is it, brief?
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
He can't help himself. If you come and speak at an event.
I came for an interview, not a news picture. If I know that you are going to just do news
My
picture,
eyes.
it's either I decline, you know, or I try.
Let me warn you right now. If you come onto this video, if you come, you see the waiver on the screen. Do you see the waiver on the screen? You see like the first line on the thing that's scrolling. It says waiver. If you join, parent. Cut into pieces. Once I cut these clips into pieces, oh Lord, you're straight. There's no stopping it, right? My waiver is the smallest, okay? What they give them, if you ever been to a TV station, before you get in front of their camera, before they put you on live, you sign. Why? Because again, they're running multi-million-dollar operations. There's no, they can't deal. You coming back, you want to come and correct something. You don't even understand that. You want to go back. I sent them an email, and somebody's inviting you because you have brief or big something. I beg.
Try as much as possible to think through.
He can't help himself. Coconut head.
Whatever agenda. So I didn't see any agenda on the play.
He said he didn't see agenda. This guy, he didn't see. He's waiting to see agenda. This guy is waiting to see agenda on paper.
You are a mumu man.
I can't. I'm done. I didn't see agenda.
But I am sorry again, for particularly for the lady. Feel formed to invite you. Yeah, what I mean is, if you invite me for an event, because I do professional public speaking.
Please, it's like, just let him run mad. Just let him run mad. Leave him alone.
Tell me the topic. I also want to know the audience. What is the setup? I ask for everything. I even asked you if you have done that event before. What are you trying to gain? What is the benefit for the audience? So that, I mean, I've done these things, right? But whatever is going to happen, hopefully everything ends well. But please, let me just reiterate my assurance again.
This is Shalaye. If you're ever looking, if somebody say, what do you mean by Shalaye? You're looking at it in real time. Okay? You're looking at, when you're caught up in your emotions, you feel attacked, and you just can't stop. You just find that you can't stop. It could be an argument with your husband. You know that this is toxic, right? You know that, so like, this is feeling like toxin, but you just can't stop, right? It's happened to the best of us. Let's be honest. Okay, this is what it looks like. Let's keep going. This is Shalaye in real time.
Right, I can confirm that, and I'm considering the fact that we're already on, today's Wednesday, so tomorrow, Thursday, there's a big announcement coming from the UK government. I'm not their mouthpiece, and I don't work for them. I am sorry that the interview and my presence on the interview
is not sorry.
Annoys, disturbs,
he's sorry, but he's not apologizing.
And,
okay, it's a sorry
makes
case.
People uncomfortable. I am sorry, right? But like that diffuser said, and like we all know, like I know, these decisions have been taken a long time ago, and I am not the UK government. I would not support anything that puts you in danger or harm. And this is why I'm making an offer. That the phrase, I know you're a very busy person, but let's put something to test, right? I'll be helping people come to the UK. And please, before you give somebody mic, let me just finish. I'll be helping people coming to the UK. There's probably nobody on this life that has helped as much people as I have.
How many times has he repeated that?
Today, I'll do it tomorrow, right? So I am offering, when everything
watch
comes
this,
down,
watch
is
this,
me, right?
watch this, watch this.
Maybe in June.
Watch this. This one is the funniest part. Wait, watch.
You are going to do the picking because I want to leave now. I will let the conversation just go on. I want to leave. I need to. There's no explanation you can give to people.
Oh, he's catching it. He's catching the cue.
I think 10 is a lot.
Is he?
We are going to pick 5. Let me do what my power can carry. I'm going to
pick 5 people who are serious about
relocation. I know you don't like them to relocate, but they are ready to move. You will nominate them, and I'll be happy to work with them, because people think I am blocking their way.
Are you going to work with them for free?
Of course, I'm waiving my time fees for these 5 people that you are going to pick. Because as una they vex, they rant, right? You're only there's a word I'm looking for. You're only denying yourself an opportunity to see what can work.
You're denying yourself.
But not,
okay.
There are more. So do I need to avoid? Wait 1 second, sir.
They're like, shut up! Like, shut up!
With what I knew before we shot the interview, I didn't need to decline it.
All you can say.
No, I just want to add this because people are going to crop it and share it. With everything that was clear to me, as at the point we wanted to film the interview, there's nothing that warrants me declining it. All right? Nothing informed me. Yeah, and I've said.
I'm going to say, gentleman, brother, let me hear from you. You have 30
hi. Face, Daddy Face, good evening. Thank you for bringing me in.
Oh my God.
It's a pity that a lot of people don't know the value of Nigeria, to be honest. I sent you a copy of my baby passport. Check your message. You will see how much Naira is to dollar as at that time. Although it's not me that came, it was my parents, but it was written on it. All right. Living in the UK, a lot of people think it's enjoyment. I don't think it's anything better than Nigeria. I swear down.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
Oh, he agrees. He doesn't see. He says he agrees. He agrees. But first, let me just go ahead and celebrate this super chat really quickly. Gracious Green says, "Shut out your stupid mouth, Tamiu. Too much shall if you don't see agenda, don't do interview." Literally, thank you so much. If you don't see and understand that we all have an agenda, the way I say it at relationship level is that everyone has something that they care about. If you can't detect what is it that they care about, shut your ass up, keep it moving, because they are not a normal human being. Everybody has something they care about. You need to know what it is before you proceed. Wala. Jesus Christ. What was there? Let's keep going.
Not anything better than Nigeria. The only thing is that
he said I agree
structure in place that
because he heard one line.
And it just
wait for the context. You heard one line. Wait for the agenda before you start to agree. Let them finish.
Keep life going. That when you work a bit, you get value for money. I get me. The only thing we lack in Nigeria is that we don't have value for money. Even though in Nigeria we like wasting a lot of money. I've been to Nigeria a couple of times over the years, and I could really realize that, to be honest, that country is just a wasteful place. That you just like wasting money just like that for no just reasons, just for boasts.
Well, blessed.
I tell a lot of my friends, I said the only reason why a lot of people are struggling to have money in Nigeria is not because they want to be comfortable, it's because they want to oppress another poor person. It's because they want to oppress another poor person. That's the reason why a multi-millionaire will be on the street. You have times 10 of the money, or let me say times 100 of the money that can use to tie the street, that everybody will enjoy. We never tie it. Instead, we're going to buy a Homa Jeep and we'll be going on that road. Everybody will be looking at him.
I mean, what are your expectations?
What my brother have done, yeah. He might have done a wrong thing. People might say it's a wrong thing, yeah. But the fact is this, yeah. Japa, yeah, it's a sad story, but it has to stop.
Unrealistic expectations. Who are you, bros? Who are you, brother? to tell anybody that Japa has to stop, right? How's that gonna happen? Japa has to stop. Can you imagine? Excuse me. Japa has to stop.
How, Sway?
You have the answer? You ain't got the answer, Sway. Do you have the answer? How? Maybe he's gonna tell us. Let me wait. Let me be patient.
Yeah. If you know UK, 20 years ago, and
Japa has to stop. How? If Japa has to stop, how about we start with bros? Go back.
See UK now. You will know that this country is suffering. You will.
All it takes is just get up and leave right now. If it's as simple as black and white on paper, all it takes is just get up and leave. Sell a couple of furniture in your house. You will find tickets. You'll be in Nigeria like that.
Are suffering.
The point is that this is completely irrelevant to the conversation. This is just irrelevant.
People that have sold houses. It is true that they are here. At the end of the
Let me
day,
fast it forward.
That, okay, maybe after 10 years, anybody that comes to the UK with this Japa team, you are embarking on a fresh life 15 years. If you are early, is 10 years. All right. Imagine you coming to UK and get your 40-something years.
30 seconds. I think we're ending now.
Even Free said, I beg, this is not relevant.
This is how far we can go. So I'm going to take you up on that there. 5 people in the comment section. You see my comment go full. I'll see like 500 people. 5 people
in the comments. Wait. 5 people that want to relocate. This is the funniest part about the whole thing.
Cheesy said that makes inside all her rant. Cheesy, whether you like it or not, you rant.
She did. She was triggered.
That rant no good. I swear to God, no matter how beautiful a woman is, if she's talking like that, you cannot stop her. I will run from that relationship for long. That we could not stop. You are running. Ada was able to chip in her 2 cents and step back.
Yeah, now everybody is capable of doing that. But it must stop. He's in the abroad and it must stop.
So, as in, you could not stop.
In this touchlight.
But there was a point that Cheesy made.
Yeah.
That was very valid.
Cheesy made a lot of sense. Oh, not Cheesy. This lady right here. Ada.
And the other point she made is, how do you rectify this?
Let's see how they will rectify it, right? They want to that the freeze is going to help us rectify. Let's see. I haven't heard this part. Maybe he's gonna say something. Let's see. Yeah, let's see if maybe to make sense. How do you rectify this?
So in 15 seconds, how do you rectify?
15 seconds. Yeah, right.
First and foremost is this: bad news trends better than any explanation or good news. How do I rectify it? I have 268 videos that are legitimately just helping you. Because see, I believe that a lot of people are still trapped, particularly with everything that's happened in the last 8 years. Particularly with what we're about to start from next week. You know, everybody knows what.
He has 268 videos. Okay, we have about 750 here now. Let me see. Let's continue.
Where the country is, some people feel like they need an alternative, and it's not just about the UK, right? There's Canada, there's Australia, there's the US. I don't do much of US.
This guy wasn't trying to throw Nigerians under the bus. He just diarrhea of the mouth. That's what it is. Okay. I don't think he sat down and said, let me just destroy all of Nigerians' fate right now today. I don't think that's what he did. I think it's diarrhea of the mouth. And he's proving that over and over here.
Visa, help, and support. How do I rectify it?
Yeah.
So if you add all of the time, all of the length of all of the work that I've done, if you combine it, the impact that it has, positive impact, is way bigger than this 25 seconds. If you think I have blocked your chance of Japa, one of the first thing you have to do, watch my work and tell that the freeze to nominate you. Let's see how I have blocked you. I have not blocked you. If you're willing to move abroad, I am happy to support in any way.
He can't help himself.
People.
No,
month, because it looks
it's
like
lying.
It's lying. Schedule, I won't be able to do that.
It's
Number
lying.
two is this.
How would he rectify? The question they asked him, how would he rectify? Did he say go watch his video? Is that what he has? Is that what he's saying right now? he's going to give us number 2. Oh yeah, continue.
Yoruba people will say that yesterday morning I was there's nothing that informed me that I should decline the interview. There's nothing at all that's looking like this. So I have reached back and I told them that Nigerians are not taking this in the right light. Not that they are not taking it, the part that you use, I mentioned it, the part I said it in my text message to their team, the part that you used is not, it doesn't go down well with majority of the people, right? And there's going to be a meeting today. Whatever the decision, whatever they have decided,
there's going to be a meeting.
I would recommend they do.
He said, wait. BBC, not BT. BBC will stop everything for him. Okay, they will stop.
Different from blue.
They will stop everything for him, right? To have a meeting. Oh boy, you go.
Sorry.
They will stop everything for him, right? They will stop everything for him. Have a meeting, right? What's been? Did they have the meeting? Did they come back on TV yet since yesterday? It's been more than 24 hours.
Or because somebody will not think I want to go and lie, and no. If you share my interview for what it...
Your problem is not that you're lying. Your problem is that you're lame. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. If you are texting... Did he say he's texting BBC? If you are texting BBC, right, there's a good chance that you are texting a talent scout. What they call them, the people that scout for talent. That person is so far from any kind of decision maker at BBC. He doesn't get it. But let's continue.
It was. All right, because I was sharing details the other time before people.
We don't continue going round and round in a circle.
This is part of what I'm doing.
even Freeze, like you're going round and round in circle. Simple explanation. How are you going to rectify this issue? Oh God, I don't know. How are you going to rectify this? Even Freeze is like, we're going round and round. How are you going to rectify? How are you going to rectify the situation?
But Daddy Freeze,
how do
you deal with all of this hate? Because I genuinely...
Hey, wait. He's asking, how do you deal with the hate? Wait.
You know, beyond reporting to the authorities, I genuinely need help.
Should I tell you?
Yeah.
Please. Tell him.
My battery is on 4%.
Tell him, please.
You cannot deal with this hate by being all braggadocious and proud.
Hey.
With the way
If you want certainty, you want CertaPro painters. Start your project at CertaPro.com.
They're making me listen through 2 ads.
your manner all braggadocious and proud. With the way you carry yourself, the way you sound, your mannerism, it doesn't show that you are sorry. It doesn't show that you regret the things you said. Yeah, it shows that you're so proud and you're even bragging about it. I want to help.
He's surprised. Look at his eyes.
People are upset. You call yourself a public speaker. I expect you now to actually...
You're a public speaker. Hey!
A video showing that you're serious. No, it's just like me hurting my dad. And then I go.
She's vicious with
Daddy,
it.
I'm sorry.
She's nasty with it. Yeah.
Nobody's gonna take that. You did not just wrong one person. You hurt Nigerians, prospective people that want to travel out, and you cannot be sounding this way. I'm just.
He's
saying,
surprised.
You have to put your words the right way, and then your body
Baba,
language should
just
tell
rest.
that you're actually sorry. My 2 cents.
Rest.
The video is in the works. But I need to get my headspace together to be able to do that properly. But this is the thing, sir, and man.
Salaye is a bastard. Hey.
It's because
he can't help it.
Rubbished their efforts. All right.
No.
This is the mindset that is bringing the negative energy. People think that I have now blocked their way. And I don't need to start saying I swear to God because...
Shut up. Just shut up. just shut up already, okay? Oh my God. Jesus Christ. My husband said he does not hang around with smart people, which is why he's granting interviews, right? Oh my God. I never see smart idiot before. Tamiyu takes the cake. They are very smart idiots in this world. I guarantee you. I promise you. Oribo, what is it? Did one pass mouth diarrhea support who? Last time where I see high skilled foolishness like this, go be never. My people, thank God, say this kind, boy, no be your family. Huh? This guy feels he's got more clout than what he's actually got in reality. I mean, he's gonna be famous. I promise you that. It's for the wrong reasons. He's gonna be famous though. Tamiyu, you go collect with I want that lady in blue to be my friend. She is very wise. She's very wise. I would not use the word smart with her. She's very wise. Because even Tamiyu gonna go say he's smart. Yeah. Let's continue.
That is what we used to lie to ourselves.
Today, not today.
To God and call you. Do you understand? I did not block your way, even if it seemed like
I did not block your way.
Wait a second.
Zukwanuke, that's what I was trying to say, Jare.
Okay, come again.
May God help me. He won't rest.
I have watched it a number of times. I watched it live at 6 p.m. I watched it live at 10 p.m.
I wanted to see listen, you see the question she just asked?
I have and call you. Do you understand? I did not block your way, even if it seemed like that. Wait a second.
As a third person, as a third party, not as you.
Okay, come again.
She's trying to help. He said, come again. He said, have you watched the video as a third party, not as yourself? At that point, it should be like, I'll let you have the last word. Thank you so much for the advice. That was a good point. Even if you didn't get it, okay? If you don't get it, forget about it. What did he say? I have watched. Yes, I have watched.
I have watched it a number of times. I watched it live at 6 p.m. I watched it live at 10 p.m. And I wanted to see whether the 10 p.m. one would be different from the one from the 6 p.m. And after watching the two was when I messaged back. All right.
He messaged the talent scout.
If I feel braggadocious, blah blah blah. I know in my heart of hearts, right, that I have not put anybody under the bus, but it feels like that, and this is why I'm sorry. You know, I know that I did not go there to sell out because I wasn't paid anything. I'm not standing anything to gain here. I'm not looking for followers either. All right, and I've tried to.
No, I believe at this point it's not looking for followers. I don't think it's looking for followers at this point. I think it's an active effort to shalaye. That's what this is.
Do what I humbly could do over the years, and that's what I am committed to continue doing.
You ain't doing shit. It's outside of creating content. You read a few books, you read a few policies on the homeland security, home office website, and you are regurgitating it. You know the step by step. You used it to Japa yourself, and now you think you can create content around it. There's nothing wrong with that, but that interview was the wrong move. Because honestly, if he was just creating content on how to help people with Japa, if that's all he was doing, he would somebody would gain something from it. You know, somebody will gain something. It doesn't mean exactly step by step, but they will try to engage and they might use it to Japa after reaching third step of 6, and that will be a blessing to that person. But
so much.
Thank you, Ada.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, God bless.
Calm down and see how we can all rectify this.
There's no rectifying.
Gislova, shout out to Gislova. Gislova has been here with us all the while.
They've been abusing me actually.
He said they've been abusing me. Gislova is a roast to worry.
But I don't follow them.
You can't offend the media. They know they offend media.
Of course.
Even me, I know they cause Gislova.
Do the
Above collect we will.
help save lives.
You cause just lover. Abi, sorry, Bale. Abi. What would you say is your problem? Like, yeah, media in general, you gotta be, you know, a lot of wisdom is involved, you know.
This lover is our Oba.
Not so.
The media is always right because they will bend it in such.
The market is always right. The market is always right. By extension, the media is always right. If you try to do shalaye to media, I know that the point is that it's difficult. It's easier said than done. That's the point. Okay, and you're going to have a urge to speak your truth. Just say, hey, why is somebody lying on me and I can't defend myself? You're not gonna get it until you finish collecting. You won't get it until you finish collecting. You just won't get it, right?
Okay, you can't go. You want to go against this lover? Hey, whoa, forget BBC. You go for that.
Except forget BBC. At least BBC will be diplomatic. They just won't answer your stupid text. Maybe just now I take a screenshot of what you said and cross you out even more. Right?
Even in Instablog, Tunde not if they decide that you the one face. You don't see waiting the video talk, say go one club, they no allow enter. By the time you finish with them overnight, the next morning, the club invited him to bring his friends and come and eat free food.
Free food too.
Guys, be very careful, and that's just it. Right now, the media is your friend, especially it will say
the media is your friend.
Fight media, which I still don't advise. But this one, you don't enter.
You don't enter.
I didn't tell you.
One chance for real. One chance. This was fun. This was a lot of fun.
For people who think like that, what do you advise? Because this is the opportunity to help to not just bash and drag. What do you advise?
Did you hear what he just said?
Do I deserve to be waylaid, quote and unquote?
Yes.
To be honest.
How these people think. So what you are going to do?
Do I deserve to be waylaid?
Yes, you deserve.
Jesus.
Let me acknowledge this. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat, Latu. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let me just acknowledge that real quick before I move forward. Pardon my manners. This guy. Day. He wants Daddy Free to advise the media after they told the media it's your friend.
And do you think I should report this? Because I mean, I'm thinking in my head first and foremost.
You want to report all 20 million monitoring spirits,
as you can imagine, of hate messages and all of that.
Now have 35. You go and report it. So what? Offer, get your body language.
No, bad advice. No more apologies. Stop it.
Wait, right? Because you go and provide the apology. You are doing like this. You are doing like that.
He doesn't know how to apologize. He's a sorry guy. That's where it ends. That the apology like that won't work. He will just collect more. Any more apology he does, will just collect more. That's what's gonna happen.
Offer your apology. Don't say anything much. Make it 30 seconds. The more you talk, the more you can put.
This will talk for 30 seconds.
And then promise them that one thing.
I be your whiny Jesus.
BBC misrepresented what you said. Put them under the bus. Why are you afraid of them?
Yeah, put BBC.
I've said it on Twitter Space. I've said it here again.
Put BBC under the bus.
That's exactly what happened. This is the message I sent to them as well. All right.
Look at his face. Huh? He does not know what he doesn't know. We don't know what we don't know, right?
This is the exact message that I didn't bargain.
That he sent to the talent scout, the one that came to film, the cameraman that came to film in his living room. That's the message he sent to them. there's a producer, there's executive producer, there's associate producer, there's cameraman, associate light and camera action. There's about 50 people on that set, right? He sent message to them.
I didn't bargain for this.
Next time, bros, there was a day I cracked a joke at an event. I was MC. Ali Baba was in the audience.
It's a good one. Let's finish with this one.
The former first lady there. Ali Baba now called me aside. He said, for next time, so that you don't get into trouble. This kind of jokes, when you are drinking at the bar with your friends, you are drinking beer and eating cereal, you can drop this kind of jokes. Not in a public forum where it is recorded. So now you also need to know that it's not just what you say, it's how you say it.
It's where you say it. Read the damn room. Read the damn room. Learn how to read a room. Don't discount the power of reading a room. Don't do it. Don't do it. The apology he gave us was what we watched earlier. Yes, that was the apology. That was a terrible apology, right? Who else knows he's in a hotel? He's been in the hotel room all the while, all the while. But let's finish with this. You know, this is it's better we leave with a good example. All right, let's leave with a good example, and then I think we can do this conversation a proper justice. Shout out to Dr. Okorocha, that's his name, something like that. Dr. What's his name again? Anyway, let's just play this.
Haven't I, about illegal immigration across the Channel? Another 539 that crossed yesterday, hundreds more again today, and it will go on and on. But tonight I want to talk a little bit about legal immigration, because it turns out that
let's get to the conversation.
Given runs at about 1 for 1. You know, 34,000 Nigerians given students
let's go back a little
who've then been able to bring a dependent relative in this country runs at about 1 for 1. You know, 34,000 Nigerians given student visas and 32,000 dependents coming in their wake. Now, I'm not suggesting for a moment there's anything illegal about this, but when you think that a total of 1.1 million visas of various kinds were given out last year, you begin to understand why the British population has risen by 10 million since the year 2000.
And it's not reason by mistake. They didn't fall out of the skies. It's because you let them in. Oh, some of them are sneaking in illegally. Okay, whatever. You know exactly what those numbers are. You know exactly what's going on. As a matter of fact, you have drones and all type of technology monitoring how many people are coming into that country, even those that are swimming in. Stop the cap.
85% of that is due to immigration. Now, no one's suggesting that there aren't some great people coming into this country, because there are some great people coming into this country. But
that's something we have to tell Tamiu.
A rise of 10 million, it's completely out of control. Well, joining me is somebody of Nigerian descent. He's a regular on GB News.
Hi.
And Dr. Emeka, you appear on all of our programs. You are absolutely proud of your Nigerian heritage and your British present, and you're there in the health service, and you're doing great stuff, and that's great, and we love that. But when you look at these numbers, I mean, frankly, if every single person that comes from Nigeria as a student is then allowed to bring a dependent relative, it's a bit of a joke, isn't it?
It's a bit of a joke, isn't it? It's a leading question. Did you pay attention to that? Would would he have known that was a leading question? That was a question that's basically sowing seeds of opinion already in your mind. Let me sow a little. These guys, they go to school to master this stuff. Okay? They end their question with, it's a bit of a joke, isn't it? They end it for a reason, not just because it's just the way we talk, not just because it's accent. It's because it's a way of talking. It's designed to, let's sow a little bit. Let's lead him into the direction we want to lead him there. Right? And let's see how Dr. Okorocha, that's his name, right? I keep forgetting.
Student is then allowed to bring a dependent relative. It's a bit of a joke, isn't it?
This is a bit of a joke, isn't it? That things get me all the time.
I wouldn't say that. I think you have to...
He didn't say no. There's a reason why he didn't say no. He didn't say no. He said, I wouldn't say that.
Understand where these people are coming from. Imagine leaving your country, your home country, your whole family. You're coming to a new country in, a search of better education, better jobs, a better lifestyle. you can't just leave everyone there. You also want to bring people in there so they can also develop in that country as well. And being somebody who was
shame me for that,
because when I came many years ago, my dad came as a doctor, as a
right. Well, you could bring other people also to improve themselves, not to take advantage of your perfect system that has never enslaved anybody, that doesn't harm anyone, right? To improve themselves. Like, this guy did not follow out this guy to learn how to talk like this, okay? There's something we call media coaches, okay? There's something we call PR, publicity relations, right? There's a way you talk. Why? Because literally there are 20 million monitoring spirits looking for the wrong thing. That next wrong thing you're going to say, they're looking for it.
Surgeon to come work here in the NHS. At that point, as a doctor, as a surgeon, to come work here in the NHS. At that point, myself and my siblings, we were dependents. We were young. We couldn't work. We were just living at the time. We didn't have citizenship. We had to wait and get our British passports. And then we were able to go through the system. And I was able to school here, go to medical school here. My sister was able to school here.
What is he doing right now? He's telling a story. Okay, he's telling a story. It's very important to tell a story. Yes and no answers are for the lames. Listen to me carefully. Somebody's going to try to tempt you. Say yes or no. Say no, it's not yes or no. That's lame. I have an answer for you if you let me answer. Okay? Maybe don't add the lame part, because they will feel attacked and they will attack you back. Okay? Don't add the lame part. Just say, what do you mean yes or no? There's an explanation. I'll give you my answer, but let me answer. Let me answer the question. Right? Tell a story. Turn them to the suckers. Tell a story. Tell them a story. It's a skill set. Learn how to tell a story. People don't fall out of the skies or read a book unless they're reading storytelling books to learn that. Okay? It's stuff that you have to learn, master, exercise, practice before it becomes a part of who you are. You can't jump out of nowhere onto BBC and expect not to miss yarn. You will yarn dust. I promise you. There's a reason why they targeted you, by the way. Okay? They don't just come to people randomly. They've watched you like, that's why. Oh, that's true, man. Come and tell us something. Right?
And I was able to school here, go to medical school here. My sister was able to school here.
No, you've done very well. You've done incredibly well.
Why is he doing? You've done incredibly well. You've done incredibly well. Sorry. Actually, he's putting you on a toilet tray. He's going to put water. If you don't know what you're doing, when you do drop. Oh, good.
And that's terrific, and that's an example.
We've been exactly in that
how
position.
This can work. What I'm saying
when it
to
works.
You, what I'm saying to you is, there you are working for the NHS. One of the reasons we've got a 6.7 million waiting list is that our population has exploded totally out of control. We don't actually have the health service, the schools, the roads to cope with a population rising like this.
It's true, but then when you think of
it's like United Airlines over booking people, right? Overbooking people on a flight, and they say, oh yeah, we're overbooked. What do you mean you're overbooked? What were you looking at? They do it intentionally because they know some of you will cancel. They know you will cancel your flight. They know this, and sometimes they overbooked beyond what the average in the last 20 days look. It's called moving average, right? And then they will adjust accordingly. Oh, okay, we've been doing it too much. We're having too many people hanging around. We have to, change their flight. We've been having to give too many credits, vouchers for people being overbooked and not having their seats. But it was intentional.
What these students are studying and what they're contributing to in society,
it's not going to fall
then
for
it makes it seem a little bit more logical. Because if you think about the NHS, around 15% of the NHS are people who don't identify as British. And that's not to count people like myself who have British citizenship, a British passport, but I'm also dual nationality because I'm Nigerian. Mm-hmm. So then you think about this, in London, 27% of people working in the NHS aren't British, and Nigerians are the third most populated country from outside the EU that come and actually drive the NHS
we're saying the poor
workforce.
countries will strip out your talent, will take away your nurses and doctors. They're probably more needed there, aren't they?
He did the aren't they again? They're probably more needed over there, aren't they? Let's go to
talent. We'll take
working in the NHS aren't British, and Nigerians are the third most populated country from outside the EU that come
So
and
we're
actually
saying,
drive
so
the
we're
NHS
saying the poor
workforce.
countries will
He said the poor. Did you catch the poor countries part? The poor countries. Which one? Which one? Your papa has a poor country. What do you mean the poor country? What do you mean by poor country?
Your daddy.
Right? Poor country. The poor country. The strip. Wow. Vicious. Dangerous. Wicked.
strip out your talent, we'll take away your nurses and doctors. They're probably more needed there, aren't they?
Well, I wouldn't call them poor countries.
What did he say again? I want to call, because I want to come back on this show and be able to give my opinions, right? Baba, easy. I know you be boss man, right? I want to call them poor country, okay?
Them developing economies, and secondly, these people who
they are developing economies. It's not yes or no. It's languaging, learning how to sell. Learn how to sell. Learn how to sell. You have to sell anyway. Don't you get it? You have to sell. You're selling. You're actively selling me that you're lame. So you have to sell anyway. You might as well learn how to sell properly.
Come here and study here also have their opportunities to go home and give their talents back. So my plan obviously is to do a lot back in my country. I was trained here in the UK. I was fortunate enough to be given the resources to study here and work in the NHS, which is great. And then I've seen how healthcare systems can work, and then I'm trying my best to go back and implement them there too.
You see absolutely no problem with this. Nigerian citizens accounted for 40% overall of all dependents who accompanied foreign students in the 12 months this year. Does it strike you as a bit odd that one country should be 40%?
You know, you people know exactly what you're doing to let them in to do what they do, and there's the chances are you think you're gonna take advantage of them to build your own nation, right?
Of all dependents that
agenda
come
must
accompany
agenda.
students.
No, I think it's because of our culture and how we see it. I think
what did he do? He went back to culture.
We really value it when we
value it.
It's very difficult for a Nigerian who's studying Nigeria to be able to.
40% of dependents are Nigerians. Shout out to all those Nigerians. Una did well. Una do well. Make I not speak pidgin English / Britico. Una do well. Okay, you did well.
Get a student visa or get a working visa here, and when we do, we want to obviously make the best of it, and that's providing a better life for yourself and your family, and thinking that your family can go through.
Because he knows they can't shame the idea of family values, and he's using it. Keep using it. You keep repeating it until they let you go, right? You can tell that this young man has no need for shalaye. Like, you ask the same question, we tell you in a different way. We just tell you the story again in a different way. Our culture, our value, family values, it's just the way we're raised. People, also obviously like he said, aren't they? Obviously, they will want to, help their loved ones. You can't shame loved ones. You can't shame family. You can't shame value, right? But education that they don't really need. Learn where Tamiyu.
A system with the kids who are grown up here and develop and possibly give back to our country if we can.
Give back to our country. You can't argue with give back. You can't shame give back.
Never let it be said.
Even if you're a wicked devil, you can't shame those things.
Yeah, we don't allow both sides of the argument on this program,
correct.
And you've done a great job, and we love people like you coming here. But I'm just suggesting.
I understand.
There has to be an upper limit somewhere.
Yeah.
This was the fixing the narrative that Tamiu was asking for. This is it right here in front of you. You just seen it. But hey, shout out to all of you that have been here all day long. Shout out to all the super chats. Okay. Shout out to all the super chat. Media training unlocked. The type of men I like. Nigel Farage, that's his name, right? That man, right? Is only in the privileged position to refer to the nations as poor countries just because of an industrial revolution and the agreement with the other developed nation. It is what it is. Power is taken. We need to shut up a little bit more and exercise our powers, just like the powerful people, the most powerful people in the world. That's what they do. If there's any poor countries, it's theirs. Is theirs. Exactly. They feed fat on our resources. Thank you. Whoa, he said they probably needed there, really. By the way, Mr. Farage, lots of qualified members, staff, senior, junior doctors, and nurses have Japa out of the NHS because of the pressures being experienced in these professions. Yep. Yep. It's a global village. Okay, I can argue that there's no such thing as a shithole country. I can actually argue that. Okay, there's no such thing as a shithole country that is not that is behind the powers that be. They know exactly what they did. Be calming down. If you want to help your people, help your society, stay focused. Be focused, okay? But let me do some quick shout outs really quickly. First of all, shout out to that first $43 Cash App from Gracious Greatness. In addition to that, he gave a £20 here. Thank you so much. D gave a £5. Shout out to that. Thank you so much. Vanessa UD gave £20. Thank you so much for that. UK people. Thank you. Gracious Greatness, another £5. Nani gave £10. Thank you so much for that. And then Life with Natu gave a margarita, $20. Thank you for that. I'm gonna take you up on that margarita, absolutely. Gracious Greatness, another £2. Thank you. Chiye gave $5. Thank you so much, Chiye. Blessed gave $20. Thank you so much for that. D Love, of course, $25. Thank you so much. $5 from Gracious Greatness again. And then we have Nani gave $10. I think that's a gain, actually. Thank you so much for that. She said for Lola. Life with Natty gave $5. Thunder. Gracious Greatness, another £5. Thank you so much. $5 from Natu again. Thank you so much. Zobo. Zobo is I like Zobo better than I like Zobo better than Margarita Sha. You know, I feel like I love Zobo better. And Latu gave $10. I want to say thank you, ladies. On your way out, do me a favor. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, share. We have some big deals coming. We're working on a big project. That's why you're seeing that way. But I had to make it up today because Natu was disturbing me, and they're like, MOP. When they like that, I gotta come. I will catch up. But hey, almost 7 hours today, right? That's a big deal. I didn't know I could do it. But shout out to Daddy Freeze for the content. Shout out to Dear Future Wife for the content and all the other content we reacted to. Thank you to those people. Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.